Hello. Hello, hello. Yes, well, good afternoon to yourself. It's evening for me. I'm not sure if the people watching the stream can hear you or not, so we're going to have to wait a few seconds to hear whether or not they heard that.
No
But
problem.
yeah, how are you doing? I mean, I presume, yeah, how are you doing? You okay, I take it?
I'm doing very well. I'm so honored to be invited to your program this evening.
Oh, look, thank you very much for saying yes. And I am being told that the chat can hear you, so your settings must be correct. So there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's that, man. So hi world. So yeah, I'd like to welcome Michael Furburger to the show. Otherwise, you might know them as Toronto Mayor from Dreams. Would you like to say hello again, Michael?
Hello to the Dreams/Twitter community. This is Toronto Mayor Michael Furburger. You'll know me as the gentleman who constantly likes and follows people,
Mm-hmm.
dreamers, across the Dreamerverse. Uh, if you're wondering what MFU in my online name stands for, it does stand for Michael Furburger.
So there we go. That's confirmed. It's not a type of AI. It is simply your name. So there we go. There we go. That comes up with some sort of answer there. That's good. That's good.
You know,
Um,
I have been watching the show Westworld recently, and I could technically be an advanced AI. I
mhm.
do propose that perhaps I am a cyborg, as my bio indicates on my page that I am some kind of cyborg, though, as some of you may be aware, the verbiage of 90% of what's on my bio on my page is from the Terminator. And that's actually Terminator 2 is one of my favorite movies of all time. So you can call me a bot, a cyborg, whatever you would like. I'm totally cool with it. But I am proposing to be mayoral candidate for Toronto as a human at the moment.
Mhm. And
And we have a sorry, go right
oh no,
ahead.
no, please feel free. Carry on, carry on. I know you were going to say something. It's okay. I don't mean to speak over you. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited to be interacting with other humans. So that's why I get excitable and interrupt sometimes. But you know, I am looking at the screen as well. I do
Mhm.
have your Twitch video loaded up. We had a question from Falco Rich. What is the two for?
Mhm.
You know, I'm one of the rare people who many years ago had to make a second account for reasons which will remain not spoken at the moment. But when I had to create a second account, I put the number two to indicate it was a second account. That's where the number two came from.
Mhm. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. So yeah, I take it you've been in isolation for quite a while. Just when you're talking about getting excited about interacting with people, or I mean, obviously it's been a rough year for all of us, man. I'm sure. So yeah,
Yes, I have
yeah, yeah.
absolutely been in isolation, and not just because of the pandemic, but also because due to legal reasons, my parole officer does not permit me to leave the premises of the institution I am currently located at,
Mhm.
which is officially a hospital within the downtown area known as St. Michael's Hospital.
Mhm.
And, you know, I'm not allowed to leave the premises, but I am permitted to go on the internet for an hour or two uh, every day through a voice interaction.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm able to use the internet, but I'm only allowed to use my voice once or twice per day on the internet.
Okay, okay. That's yeah, that's certainly intriguing. It's interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, how? I mean, obviously, we're here to talk about life and dreams. I mean, you know, were you in dreams sort of from the beta and early access and stuff? Like, I mean, how you know? Yeah, I don't know. What's the main attraction for dreams? Is it just the sort of escapism and like imagination that goes into it all, or?
That is a great question to start the further part of the interview. I actually was sort of a late adopter to dreams. It was around uh, mid-April to late April when I actually released my first creation, which
Mm-hmm.
was, of course, very basic. You know, growing up before I became a mayoral candidate for Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
I was always a creative person. I did go to school for computer graphics animation a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Have experience with creative writing. I've done everything to do with arts, computers that you can think of, the whole gamut of stuff. So when Dreams was released and I was watching videos online, I was saying to myself, this is perfect. It's a very easy to get into way of me to express myself creatively to the world. You know, I've had a very strong online presence using basic visual programs. You know, I did use a computer graphics animation program called Anime Studio several years back, and so that got me into the mode of using keyframes. But aside from that, I didn't really have much experience with animation, although I did go to school for it, like I said. But that was so many years ago. So once Dreams was released and I had watched videos on YouTube and saw that you could do music, art, creation, animations, create characters, that was something that, you know, just allowed me to, you know, like I had mentioned at the start of our conversation, I'm currently in an institution for legal reasons, mental institution. And so I've always created things in my mind, but being able to create things on the internet and share with people, that allows me to, for a change, do things in a legal way, which allows me to create with people on a way they would understand and not in the usual crazy mumblings I usually have with strangers I used to walk up to on the street and accost and, for lack of a better term, rob of their personal items and well-being.
Okay, so I mean, you talk about being a mayoral candidate. Are you hoping to use Dreams as a platform to gain election? Is that part of the process at all, or is it just, you know, just a little thing on the side?
I think, and I'm actually glad that you have my Dream section loaded up right now. If you would be so kind to click on that first box that has a picture of me in front of the flag, that outlines my entire plan for why I'm running for mayor of Toronto. I've listed a list of 10 reasons why I think I'm the best choice for mayor of Toronto, and if you would click on that box, it will show them the 10 reasons.
Okay. So I just okay. Which box is this again? Is this the hello
the
from
top
or
left,
the top left?
very,
Yeah, so hello from,
the very
yeah.
top left one.
Hello from. Okay, yes, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll see a very clearly laid out 10 reasons as to why I think I'm the best choice for mayor of Toronto.
Okay. Just waiting on these to come up. I mean, I cannot see them at the moment, but I suppose they come up after a little bit of time, maybe? But again, thank you very much for coming on. It's always interesting to meet different people from around the world.
When you see me waving my arm like that, each one of those waves represents a reason as to why I should be elected.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, it's good to be kind. It's good to wave to people. People will ultimately only vote for someone who's good at waving. I come from a country that has a queen. She's very well known for her waving, so I do completely understand what you're saying there. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's wonderful, man. And yeah, I think this is actually the first stream of yours that I specifically remember opening up, because I was familiar with your works, but then I think, yeah, Hello from Toronto Mayor was probably the very first thing that I experienced in terms of your work, and it was just a nice thing to be dream surfing, to have,
I don't mean to be rude here, but everybody watching this, they do have in their minds the big question, which is, how is somebody so successful, intelligent, and capable in so many areas, able to spread so much love across the community? I'm sure you've got questions from many people who said, when you get Toronto Mayor on your chat, perhaps you can ask him, does he use any kind of artificial software to interact with us, because he seems to be liking our creations so quickly. He seems to be following a lot of people so quickly. Surely this is not human. This has to be a computer. And as I've indicated before, I am part cyborg, part android. So my reflexes are faster than the average person. Now, to be honest with you, although I am made of computerized components internally, I only use the PlayStation controller to navigate through dreams. So any quick tapping of buttons and navigating through dreams to click like or add people, it is completely done manually by myself, Michael Furburger, and there is no bot or software program used, so I do follow PlayStation guidelines. I'm just very quick at using the controller because anything you do in life, once you practice enough time, you become very good at it. And, you know, I'm very good at using my hand and my wrist repeatedly in the same motion for things. So that's, I had practice using my hand and wrist. I mean, sometimes when I'm liking creations and adding people, I do feel my carpal tunnel starting to act up again, but it's worth putting my health at risk because I just love to spread love across the community.
Oh, exactly, and that's what it's all about. And I'm glad to have you confirm that, actually. I have said for a long time that I believe that you do not use software, that you are, in fact, just, you know, a real person with a very skilled hand and wrist, very fast movement, very practiced. I think that's wonderful, man. Thank you for confirming what I believe to be the case anyway. So thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your vote of confidence. I appreciate that.
I'm happy to be one of your virtual citizens, man. I really am. I really am. Yeah, I feel like moving over there so I could vote for you for real. Like, I really do mean that. You're coming across very sincere, and I believe that you could definitely run a city, man. You're showing these skills that you've used without the bot software. Definitely, 100%.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, software is a word that is often thought of as having a letter S at the start. And the way I like to think of software is it's a word that has a letter S at the start, but also it's followed by oftware.
It is. Yeah. Now, would you like us to load up another of these dreams here, or would you like us to load up, like, is there any other dreams that pop into your head?
There was one dream I created that took me about 2 minutes total time to make, and I think it shows a good range of my skill set. So if you could go to the one that says the diamond transference, it's on the left side.
Yep, here
section.
we go.
So it's only about 2 minutes long. It took me literally 2 seconds to make, but it still shows a good variety of things I've worked on. So I think it's a good example.
Oh, definitely, and also it's very skillful to make a dream that lasts 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Again, I think that shows the skill of your hand and wrist. I mean, that's very good, you know, a 2-minute dream in 2 seconds. Top job,
Yes.
top job.
Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just stick this on. I mean, feel free to talk through it. I'm aware there's a delay in the images you're seeing, but I mean, hey, feel
there's
free,
a
man.
bit of a delay because I have a very quick processing mind. So it processes at a different rate than what people see on their screen.
So the diamond transference, here we go.
That's the one, yes. And, you know, I'd be happy to talk through it, but I don't want to interrupt people's train of thought. Now, are our audience members going to be able to hear the audio of the creation?
I believe that they can. Perhaps they can let us know, but I believe that they can hear the audio while we are talking, although we can both go quiet if you would like us to. I'll just stay quiet for now to let them hear the full effects of the dream audio.
I think that's for best because it can be life-changing.
I apologise for all the Americans in the chat just talking about Canadian accents, man. I know the feeling as a Scotsman in a world of Englishmen, so it's okay, man. I'm just, you know, it's okay.
Oh, no, I totally understand that people within different countries have different pronunciations, and let me tell you something. I'll be the first to say that the Canadian accent is different than the American and
Mm-hmm.
English and Scottish Irish. So I take no offense to that whatsoever. It's just a result of being within your local area, so it's completely fine.
Mm-hmm. This is a really cool dream, by the way. I'm just,
Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. This one, it took 3 milliseconds of the full 2 seconds to create, but
Mm-hmm,
I put
mm-hmm,
all of myself into it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I will have to say I'd like to give a big shout out to the Dreams community, because although I did assemble them together in this somewhat animated form, a lot of the creations were created by other people in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So a big shout out to all of you who created any of these items. And if anyone would like to see which items these are that were selected, I do have them saved as 2 separate curated lists that are the Diamond Transference Part 1, or Diamond Transference, and Diamond Transference 2, or Diamond Transference Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so all the items that I used in here, they were all saved in those curated lists. So shout out to all the creators within those lists.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm just trying to keep up with the story of this dream here. So we had the little blue boy has now met the sort of the wizard robot, and now the spaceship's coming in. Sorry, just feel free to correct me on any of these details.
Yeah, so explaining along the way, there was a planet in outer space. It was made of crystals. An alien who wants the diamonds from the planet shot a laser beam at the planet. It sort of exploded. The diamonds went traveling out into space. One of the diamonds made it all the way to Earth. That boy was walking through the forest, came across the diamond, caught his interest. It electrocuted him and he got shocked. But he turned blue. It gave him power, also known as the transference. It transferred the power to him.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, he hasn't gone into his full transference mode just yet. So after he got shocked, he went to go see this robot magician character to see, can you please explain to me what the heck just happened with this? And, well, obviously, when he went to inspect it, this happened to him.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite powerful. It's quite a powerful message there, isn't it? And it's all a metaphor for the struggles that we each go through on a daily basis, really, isn't it?
Yes, also, if you ever come across valuables, you should always steal them instead of returning them to their rightful owner. So it gives a good message about taking what you find.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. Okay. Just sorry. I'm still just watching this stream unfold here. And yes, here we go. Now here comes the original owner of the crystal.
Well, this right here, this is the alien who wants to retrieve the crystal to use it for its own diabolical means.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to steal, or attempt to steal, the crystal off of the boy.
It really is amazing how, you can tell this story in dreams. I mean, dreams has the power to do anything, right? It's incredible.
You can really do anything in dreams. Yeah, it is an amazing software, indeed.
Oh dear. Oh, I don't like seeing the little boy be upset. The emotion. But there we go. He's got the powers now. He's got the powers. Triumphant music. And yeah, here we go. The big showdown coming up now, I imagine.
Absolutely. It's excitement at its best.
Oh no. See, I don't want to talk too much. I'm trying to let us all absorb this story as much as we possibly can.
Yes, I agree.
Oh. Oh. So is this a? I'm just wondering, right? Is this a story that you is this a story you've always wanted to tell, or was this sort of a spur of the moment thing? Like in terms
That
of, you know, the moral of the story and all that sort of thing.
that's actually a great question. You know, I do have somewhat of a nephew who is someone who gave me the inspiration for the story.
Mhm.
I told him I have this software on PlayStation for this
Mhm.
game, PlayStation Dreams, and it lets you make movies, animations. I can make something for you, and then the skeleton outline of the story came from him himself, a younger kid, and that's actually who the main character, that boy there, is representative of. That's essentially him who created the story. And he told me about this character who got powers from a diamond that came from outer space
Mhm.
after a planet was destroyed. And he wanted katana blades, so I stuck those on the outside of his hand. Now, you'll notice with this rough character body, it's the short puppet that is the short default puppet,
Mhm.
which I
Mhm.
changed the color scheme on and applied the mask of the head to. But his hands, I kept them round. I wasn't
Mhm.
very proficient at creating hands, so I just kept them round. But every time I tried to stick them in the middle of his hand, uh, something just didn't quite line up.
Mhm.
I know that when he was describing it to me, he said that the blades come out of the back of his wrist, actually. So it was just, you come into creating these things thinking you're going to do one thing, but then it doesn't quite work out the way you want.
Mhm.
So sometimes you have to midway change your plans as to how you're going to line up the components with your characters, just so it's actually functional. What you want to create doesn't always turn out that way, because it
Mhm.
doesn't always. It's a very tweak as you go kind of thing until you get things just the way that makes it work the way it should.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of improvisation to be done for sure.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's incredible. It's an incredible little story here. I never expected us to get into such an emotionally heavy dream quite so soon. But here we go. It's really good. It's really good, man.
Thank you.
I hope, yeah, I hope he gets some help. The man stuck in the tree there. I hope he gets some help soon.
Yeah, it would be very unfortunate to be stuck in a tree.
It would be, it would be. I mean, would you rather... Here's a question, right? Would you rather be... No, this is a silly question. I'm going to ask it anyway because I've trailed it now. But would you rather be stuck in a tree or be a tree? Because if you're stuck in a tree, then there's always the possibility that you're going to get rescued from the tree. However, if you just are a tree... Anyway, I'll let you answer. Sorry. It's,
No,
yeah.
I think I would rather be a tree because I'm not feeling like I'm stuck in something else. I'm just being myself. I am as I've always been. But being stuck in something, you have your freedom taken away, like the judge required me to be when they prescribed the medication and being locked in my cell within the institution. There's no freedom there. But if I was the institution room itself, I've always been a room, so I don't know about any other freedom.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. Sorry, just trying to catch the end of this film here. Yeah, the diamond transference. Wonderful, man. Wonderful introduction there. And, well, wonderful whole film. It's, you know, it's fantastic.
Thank you for sharing the creation with your viewers here today. And again, the Dreams community, many of who are maybe with us today, created items that were used within this, and without them it would not have been possible. So thank you, Dreams community, for creating things for me when I, let's say, lack skills to create the items myself.
That is the amazing thing about Dreams. I mean, I myself, I lack the skills to create a lot of things, so I find I take things from the Dreamiverse, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's the reason they exist, right? That's why they're there. They're there to be thumbed up, and they're there to be used, right? That's, you know, it's a good thing to thumb them up and to use them at the end of the day.
Yes, and as we're talking about thumbsing up, I was thinking about something as well. That was a question many people probably have, which is, why do you, Toronto Mayor MFU2, give so many thumbs up? And, you know, one of the imp quests, back when I was still early on in the imp quest, I was talking about spreading positivity. So I like to spread positivity, give a thumbs up to people to encourage them. Great job creating that thing you created, and keep going. And myself, I sort of treat people the way I'd want to be treated. I would love for people to thumbs up my stuff and give me a follow. So I proactively pay it forward. I give them a follow, thumbs up their stuff. They're under no obligation to return, but it makes me feel good to get that kind of motivation from people. Now, one of the things people like to say is, as well, Michael Furburger or Toronto Mayor MFU2, you liked my stuff, but you didn't actually play my stuff. And to which I say, correct, because the reason why is not just because I don't care about it, but it's because I try to spread love to so many dreamers that if I played everything that I put a thumbs up on, it would only enable me to give a thumbs up to only so many people. But I just want to spread love like a prostitute to as many people as I can.
Well,
so
exactly,
I thumbs it up really quickly so I can go on to the next person and give them a pretend interest in what they created.
Yeah, the more thumbs up that you can fit in per hour, then the more love that you are giving per hour, and ultimately, the better job you are doing at spreading love, right? Yeah, like you say. Yeah, so it's a very good theory to stick to and to work with.
That's true. It's all about that. You know, as my last name Furburger, it's a very spreadable name. So I like to spread my Furburger right across as many people as possible to share the love.
Oh, 100%. I mean, and once fur does start growing on a burger, then yeah, I mean that does spread, doesn't it? That yeah, so definitely 100%, man. I really understand now. Having watched the diamond transference, what would you recommend next, man? What would you recommend next in order to help try and spread some more love, like a prostitute? What would you like to watch next?
I think that the next one that would be good to do is the one called Haunted Night Walk. If you go
Mm-hmm.
back to that page with all my dreams,
Mm-hmm.
it has its icon is right in the middle of the house that's on fire. Because we're right in the middle of All Hallows Eve, it's the perfect time to play a scary dream.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, straight away, it's setting the scene in the with this desert town. It's very cool, man. It's very cool. I hope I don't get too
Yes,
scared playing this.
no, it might scare you, but if that happens, I'm assuming you're home so you can change your underwear.
Also, I have your soothing, calming tones here to keep me feeling safe and secure, so it should be okay. Should be, hopefully be okay.
Excellent.
By the way, I presume that you can see the chat. Sometimes I find it difficult to like to do what I'm doing on screen and talk to you and keep up with the chat all at once. Feel free to, feel free to interact with the chat yourself if you are able to see it, and people are asking questions or whatever. I don't.
That is a good point. I do have it loaded up. We had a question from Qtaya. The real question is, are all the likes manually provided? Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
I rapidly use the PlayStation controller and manually provide the likes.
Mm-hmm.
There is no improper software used aside from what I was created with when I was made in the factory.
Mm-hmm. And like we discussed earlier, you have a very, very highly skilled and highly sought after hand and wrist action. So yeah, like you were saying, it's all real. It's all real, which is very good.
It's
Um,
all real and very full of satisfaction.
I mean, yeah. Some people might say it's insincere to not look at things, but like you say, you've already explained, it's better to spread as much love as you can within an hour than to actually get stuck on the details of whether or not a thing is good, right? Just spread the love. Just spread the love.
Right. I think that no matter what people create, no matter how garbage it is, it deserves a thumbs up because their life is probably already terrible because of how little effort they put into their creation. So I want to cheer them up 1% to make them 1% happier of their horrible, unhappy life.
Now, there was a question that I noticed earlier from Ari Kyo, right, which was, what do you like? Now, I know that technically in dreams the answer is everything, but just, I mean, yeah, what do you, what do you like, man? What do you like?
What I like is when people take the creator or the character I sort of created. I mean, it's the basic puppet with some stuff stuck to it, but I called it Toronto Mayor. When people create dreams and send to me what they created with me inside of it, I like that because it brings more attention to me. And that's what ultimately I like is the attention and the praise of other people. Their acknowledgement that I am an amazing being. So they took the time to create me in something and show me it. I'm like, great job. Even if it's horrible piece of garbage that they really didn't put a lot of effort into, just knowing that they put me in their mind to create something with me in it, that makes me happy.
Okay, so everybody, you heard that. I mean, please put Toronto Mayor into as many creations as you possibly can. Spread the love. It's a good thing to do. Spread the love.
So we had a question from Padazuka. Don't you think liking every dream is the same as liking not a single one? My answer is no. Because in your mind, you could think that I appreciated what you did, not being aware that I have no interest in what you did. And so, from your perspective, somebody liked your stuff, so you feel happy. If I would have not given you a thumbs up, because your work is so terrible, it could be that nobody ever gives it a thumbs up. And then you just think that people don't like you, which is not true. Many people could pretend to like you, like I do. So I think liking everything is worth a lot more than liking nothing.
Arguably, it's better to pretend to like someone than to just not like them at all, isn't it?
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. In the in the quest that we're all going for of acceptance and love and peace and joy, it's better to pretend to like someone than to be nasty to them at the end of the day. So there we go.
That's right. Most people have a mirror, so they know how to be nasty just by looking at themselves. We did have a question, Mayor or can Toronto Mayor sing? I can sing, although usually it's only in the shower of a random person's house that I broke into to steal from the fridge and use their facilities and leave an upper decker. And I will only sing in those places because there's nobody judging me for my voice. So I can sing, but only if I've committed a crime just prior to that.
Almost like a victory song in a way, I suppose. Yeah, that's quite good. That's quite good.
That's right. We are the champions, my friends.
Bum, bum. Yeah, that was good. See, now I worry that you've said you can sing. I'm going to receive 100 requests from people asking that we do a duet. I've done quite a bit of singing on this channel myself, and I feel like that's where the crowd is now going to push us. But let's just see what happens, eh? Let's see what happens.
And to be honest, as I've explained just prior to this, the only time I sing is when I am in the shower, so you can imagine what state I am in right now.
Oh, well, yes. Yeah, I can imagine. Freshly committed a crime. Freshly cleaning your bits, man. Freshly cleaning your bits. There we go.
We had a comment from JCO4TU. Does liking every single creation in Dreams provide a curation experience? What I will say is that if you look in the definition of what counts towards curating experience, it is creating great creations with other people's work, which probably you didn't do yourself because you lack skill. I'm not saying you or JC, I'm saying in general. Or when we like things or when we comment, each one of those actions goes towards gaining experience under the creation header. So if the question is, do you gain experience for liking things? Yes, you do. If the question is, are you being a creator, a curator by liking things, according to the definition of what goes towards curating in PlayStation Dreams, yes, it is a curating experience based on that definition.
Good. That's good to hear. So I would certainly consider nominating you for the Curation Impe this year, personally. I'm not sure if anyone else feels the same, but I think that would be a good campaign to go for. If you're going for election, then yeah, why not get an Impe along the way, right? Why not?
That's right. I think that I appreciate your support of me, which I do absolutely deserve. We had a comment from Falco Rich, who's Toronto Mayor favorite Dreams creator beside himself. And you know what? I was thinking about this, and I do have multiple personalities due to my current, for lack of a better term,
institutionalizing? Yeah.
Yeah. So I could have gone with any one of my many personalities. But I have to give a big shout out to the creator of the robot that was in the creation I made called the Diamond Transference. It is that robot in there with the wizard hat. It was created by a dreamer called Go Figure. And they spell Go Figure with a Y instead of an I. So, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to check out Go Figure. But you know what? That character added a lot of comedy to that dream that I made. Yeah, so I would have to say that's one of my favorite creators because it added a lot to a creation I made. But we obviously have to give a big shout out to the head honcho of the Avatar creation, which which of course I sound like an idiot having the name escape me right now.
No, don't
Um,
worry, don't worry. You're okay. Elka Gaming, I believe, though. Elka Gaming, possibly.
That's
Yeah.
right. There's Elka Gaming as the head honcho
Mm-hmm.
creator of Avatar. I mean, we can all be unanimous on the incredible job they did. I
Yeah.
believe there's Saku's Mind
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
another incredible creator. Um, I'm not sure Saku's Mind had some involvement with that as well, but that name stuck with me. And Also, there was a team of six creators who fall under the group header of what's the one with the boy and his rabbit?
Oh, A Boy and His Rabbit. Yeah, do you know what? I'm not 100% right now.
There's it's like Cyber Sheep Films or something like that. A
Oh,
group of
yes,
six
yes, Boy
creators.
and Rabbit or something. Yes, I know who you mean. I'm searching it up right now so that we can find out this person's name. But yeah, Cyber Sheep Films. I know exactly what you mean. Exactly what you mean. They have a wonderful little introduction. Um, Here we go. I'm loading it up now.
Now we do have a comment here from JC04TU, which is interesting. So I could get ahead of
Go
Bokuro-chan
ahead.
if I start liking every creation. The although you do gain experience by liking things, the rate of gaining experience is not as quick when liking things as when you're actually creating yourself. So, I mean, technically, if you spent your whole life on it, liking things eventually could bypass. If you were not to sleep at all and
Mm-hmm.
you were just a robot, I guess that is possible. But the rate of increasing experience is not as fast when you're just liking things. So, probably would not be happening anytime soon if you were to just like things and hope to level up only that way. We had
Yeah.
another comment from a gentleman, Zorolock _ saying,
Mm-hmm.
I got paranoid when you didn't like one of my tiles. I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, if there's something you created that I didn't like, I probably just missed it. But
Mm-hmm.
I assure you I wasn't avoiding your stuff, Zorolock.
Yeah, I can
Zorolock.
imagine if you thumb up everything apart from one thing of a person's creations, then possibly they do think, oh, why does he not like this one thing? But I'm glad that you can reassure them that you're not perfect. It was just an accident, man. You know you've got strong wrists, but you can't thumb up everything. It's okay. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so I do try to like as many things as I can, but if I miss something, I do apologize. I'll try to catch up. Now, as we're all aware, when you go to see your notifications, anyone who you're following, it shows you what they created.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a limit to how far back it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're following a lot of people like I am, I have a lot of notifications of person created this and this and this.
Mm-hmm.
But once you go far enough back, it only goes, let's say, a couple of hours once you've had so many people you're
Mm-hmm.
following.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them will just be so far back that I no longer have access to seeing that they had created it under my notifications, so I can't even go back and like it unless I was to manually open their page, their own page, and manually go in and see have they created something,
Mm-hmm.
which would be quite intensive to do for the million and some odd people that are on Dreams.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, people talk about how many people you follow, but when you consider that there are over 1 million people on Dreams and you only follow about 200,000, I mean, you don't follow that many people, right? It's only a fifth of the population at the end of the day. It's, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
currently I follow approximately 130,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
and if you take a look at MM Queen
Mm-hmm.
or Dream Queen, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
Dream Queen, there are 1 point some odd million
Mm-hmm.
um, that are following her. And when you create a Dreams account, automatically the MM Queen your system automatically follows.
Mm-hmm.
So I am currently following less than 10% of all the people who have, or all the accounts that exist on PlayStation Dreams. So although it looks like I have a crazy large amount of people I'm following, which is true, it's only a small percentage of the total number of people on Dreams or accounts on Dreams that I'm actually following. So in the grand scale of things, it's not really that many people from that perspective.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And besides, look, Dream Queen, she only follows one person, and that's not exactly spreading the love, is it? Media Molecule, they get a lot of praise, but look at how much love you're spreading compared to how much love the Dream Queen is spreading. That's all I've got to say, man, on the matter.
Yes, and far be it for me to say anything bad about the Dream Queen, because she is our Lord
Mm-hmm.
Queen.
She is our
But
Lord
one thing
Queen.
I've noticed among the larger creators, which of course I love, um, quite often you'll see some larger creators that will follow either one or zero people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, I'm of a different mindset where I try to spread myself around as much as possible. And I think a lot of the creators would love to be followed back by even some of the people they're following. Like sometimes I'll follow somebody who, let's say, they're following 50 people themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and they have zero people following them back. And I'm just thinking, although I can appreciate why people would not want to follow other people, because that's not what they're about, it would be nice for some of the people who have large number of followers to spread their love to more people, to, I guess, thank them for following them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I completely understand and appreciate that. I think it's an incredible job that you're doing, spreading so much love and creating such a sort of legacy within the Dreamiverse. I think it's incredible. I'm proud to be one of your citizens. I do consider every person you follow one of your citizens, and I'm proud to be one, man. I'm proud to be a citizen. Um,
Well, I appreciate that. And you know what? Those pictures we will be sending ourselves offline will help us get to know each other better.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Especially, like the next time that you're in the shower and you're singing a song, I would really appreciate one of those photos. In the moment of victory, I want to see that firsthand.
I would be honored to show you my Furburger.
I would love to see it, and yeah, I'm finding it hard to concentrate now, just in anticipation of that moment. I'm just
I'm
wondering.
finding it hard to concentrate based on what I'm doing right now as well with my hand, which has carpal tunnel.
Well, I mean, you've got to keep those muscles strong, right? It's all about muscle memory at the end of the day. If you don't keep your wrist moving fast, then you might forget how to like people and how to follow people, etc. So you've got to keep doing it, keep moving your wrist on a constant basis.
That's right.
Um,
If you don't use it, you lose it.
mhm.
So I use it every day around the same time.
So I'm just wondering, what dream of yours, if any, would you like us to load up next, just to have a little look at while we continue a conversation with some visuals in the background?
I I think we'll avoid the Pokemon one because I think it may use third-party items which Dreams does not like to acknowledge.
Mhm.
But there's one that says Old Town Road at the bottom
Mhm. Yeah.
left,
There we
and
go.
it's not an actual recording of Old Town Road. It's a recreation of the song made by someone in Dreams. So I think we can go ahead and use that one because it's not the official song.
Okay, that's grand. I'm just about to press play on this. Would you like us to continue talking, or is this something that deserves us to be mute throughout it?
Let's be mute so they can hear the beautiful music along with the action on the screen.
Okay, that is grand. I will mute myself as soon as I press play. Let's just enjoy this, everybody. Here we go. Here we go. Oh wow, that was brilliant, man. I'm finding it difficult to speak now because I enjoyed that so much. Now I'm going to press play again. The audience have heard all of the audio, they've experienced it in their full glory. Now it's time for the director's commentary, right?
Yeah, so the actual character itself of Lil Nas X, represented by the cowboy sheriff there, obviously the character settings, I put them all to super loose and flimsy, and I found myself being amused by, I was just playing around with the settings, and then I realized if you move around a character with all the settings set excessively high or low, it makes their limbs go flimsy. So I was just like, this is hilarious. So I think it's a fun thing to play around with character settings and animating the character by moving it. Now, obviously, I wasn't doing a keyframe animation on this one. I was doing the manual walking with him, because making the arms go flimsy on keyframe would be quite something. So it's play around with different animating styles. As we know, there's the 3 animating styles. The other animating style, aside from the manual puppeteering, which I did there, and the keyframing, that third one where it just mirrors what you're actually moving yourself. That third one I'm not a big fan of, because any kind of minor twitching you do with the control stick with your hand, it makes the character do a weird, it doesn't look natural. So that's why I don't use the third style of animating, because it doesn't make it look really professional, because it twitches when your hand twitches.
No, I mean, I'm looking at how much he's sort of flopping about here, and that does give it a genuine hip-hop vibe, right? I mean, you see these hip-hop artists on the television, and they do like to walk around in that loose sort of manner. So I think it gives it an extra edge of realism. I think it's quite fantastic. Yeah, it's wonderful, man. It's wonderful. It's very fun. It's very cool. I do hope everybody goes and gives this a big like and a big thumbs up.
I do greatly appreciate that. The support of the Dreams community is what keeps me from creating self-harm to myself anymore.
Well, look, I mean, hopefully if everybody does go and give that a big thumbs up, then that'll give you a big confidence boost, and there'll be no more of that, right? Yes, no more self-harm, no more self-harm. Hopefully anyway, that's the plan, right? That's the plan.
As long as the medication is working.
No more flagellation, right? No more of that. No more of that. Now, I'm very tempted to load up Funny Dancing Cowboys.
Oh yeah, that one actually, it's one you should absolutely load up. It's more flopping around. What's better than one person flopping? 6 people flopping.
Exactly, an entire party of floppers is wonderful. It really is wonderful. Now, very quickly, just Dirty Harold's actually has a question here. Dirty Harold's is asking, does it upset you that you can't like your own creations?
Yes.
Yes. I thought it might. I had that feeling.
It also makes me upset that I can't send my creations to myself either.
Exactly, because people might not realise this, but sending creations to people is that's how the Dreamiverse goes round at the end of the day, isn't it? Possibly. I don't know.
If you're going to spread yourself around the Dreamiverse, you have to promote yourself. So sharing your creations with people is how you spread your Furburger across the Dreamiverse. So yes, I do like to share creations with people. Yes.
I really like this Funny Dancing Cowboys. I mean, I never imagined Funny Dancing Cowboys dancing to ABBA, I have to say, but I do appreciate it. I appreciate how open-minded they are to be listening to ABBA. I think it's incredible. Well done for these cowboys.
When I think to myself of a classic 1900s, early 1900s, or whenever they existed, cowboy, I think the band that most of them probably would listen to if they had an MP3 player back then would be probably ABBA.
Oh, exactly. They love a nice little pop tune, so they do. They really do.
Yeah, it's very manly to dance to ABBA in a cowboy outfit.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Again, if you ever find yourself doing that, I hope you send me the photographs of it.
I will be actually sending you some very nice photographs once this stream of yours is done, and we will be having a very special conversation. I prepared the car battery and nipple clamps as discussed, and the jelly is on standby.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Just to clarify, when you say jelly, now do you mean jelly or do you mean jello? I'm not quite sure about. See, this is something that's cropped up before on this channel, right? In general, people who are in North America, when they say jelly, what they mean is what British people mean when we say jam, and then jello is what, I don't know. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm making sense. It's a bit of a channel in joke, man. It's a bit of a channel in joke. Do you mean jelly or jello? Yeah, jelly or jam?
I meant jelly because actually, now that you mention it, one of the well-known saying about Jello is "there's always room for Jello." So with that in mind, I think we could have some fun with Jello as well.
Oh, definitely. We could definitely get some real bouncing happening with that. Definitely, it's very wobbly. It's very good. It's very good. I mean, I presume that this video was an infinite loop, but I don't want to turn it off. I actually find myself quite intrigued by all of this now.
Well, it's completely up to you. I mean, I probably have it for like 5 to 10 minutes on a loop, but you're more than welcome to keep it or to go to a different one. I'm cool either way.
I'm worried about the audience. However, I feel like I myself might now load this up and add it to my daily routine. I think 10 minutes of that on a daily basis could actually be the answer to a lot of my problems.
Well, it could create more because it'll give you whiplash.
I suppose there is that. Yes, there is that. No, so what else would you like us to load up from this little collection right now? If you have any specific ideas in mind. I must say that I'm a fan of Bowling Bonkers Adventure. I even once tried remixing it, but I didn't get very far.
I would be honored of you to play for our viewers Bowling Bonkers Adventure. That is a great suggestion.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. So yeah, welcome to Strikers Woods. If there's any more questions from the chat that are popping up, feel free. I'm perhaps missing them. Just by virtue of, also looking at this.
There was a question, do I ever regret that I cannot collaborate with myself? Based on the fact that I have multiple personalities, I'm always collaborating with myself, so it's all good. Another question from, I believe it was a gentleman who asked if I'm taking part in the Halloween event. I've essentially completed my my pumpkin. It's not very in-depth. But I believe I've done with it what I intended to do, and I will be submitting my pumpkin shortly. I've not actually begun the haunted house room creation yet, but I will be taking aspects of dreams I've created up to this point, placing them in the room, so I don't foresee that it will take me too long to create it. But that's a great reminder to our viewers. Please remember to take part in the Dreams All Hallows Eve event. Remix the pumpkin, remix the room, create your own haunted room and pumpkin. Of course, go to indreams.me to check out the guidelines and rules for what will allow your creation to be counted and not disqualified. And get your stuff in, I believe, by the 27th of this month. And also, the creations are to be submitted through the website. I haven't done it myself, but as opposed to, I guess, hashtagging it like with the DreamsCom, you will submit your creations on the website through indreams.me. So, of course, created in Dream Software, submit through the website.
No, I think it's incredible. I mean, I almost feel like I have not started my Halloween room yet, but I'm now thinking maybe I could turn my maybe I could use Bowling Bonkers Adventure as the inspiration for my Halloween room, actually, because this is a joyous experience, but at the same time, there is something relatively unsettling about it. I suppose it's all about different people's perceptions at the end of the day. My
Yeah,
perception
so
is that, yeah, this could be quite terrifying.
yeah, by all means, sir, you've been very gracious to have me on your program.
Hmm.
Even if I wasn't on your program, anything that I have created, whether it was created by myself or used in my projects, from my perspective, uh, go right ahead. I'm never going to say to someone, myself, don't use that. It was something I made. I'm a very giving person, so
Hmm.
feel free to use the bowling ball man or whatever I do that inspires you.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, oh, oh. Sorry, just
Now,
there's a lot of
there
there's
were
quite a skillful game. I'm just trying to make sure I do this properly here.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, no problem. The save points are not never too far back, so it's all good.
Hmm.
Now, well, we had some questions about me liking things, liking just streams. Um, I don't like just streams. I actually like every creation I can see. So I like more than just streams. I spread likes to as many things as I can to share love with as many people as possible. There was a question about YouTube. Why don't I like everything on YouTube?
Hmm.
Um, I by and large, the majority of things I watch, I do tend to like. Now, as you know, there's how many millions of creations on YouTube every day.
Hmm.
It's impossible for me to like every single video on YouTube. But as somebody else has mentioned, YouTube. If anyone wants to follow me, I do have a YouTube channel. It is Michael Furburger. Most of my most of the social media sites, I am online under Michael Furburger. Also under Twitter, I'm Michael Furburger as the name, though the Twitter handle is at FurburgerMayor.
Hmm.
So you can all check out my stuff there. One of the benefits to seeing my YouTube channel is you can see videos of me, Michael Furburger, as well as additional characters I've created. Not through gaming, although I did put some gaming creations up there. You can see some of my real life performing as I do entertaining in real life, sometimes wearing clothing. So those videos are on YouTube.
Hmm.
Um, I do have a channel on Twitch, of course, but I don't know if I've done much creation that I have posted to Twitch myself, so that's why I say YouTube.
Hmm. Hmm. No, that's grand. That's grand. I'm just wondering if you do get successfully elected, would you have a team of interns to do even more thumbs up? You know, like you say, you can only do a certain amount yourself, but if you got elected, could you possibly have a team of interns do that for you? Because that would spread the love even more, right? On all sorts of platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Dreams. You could spread the love everywhere with a team of interns, right?
What I would say is that I'm a strong believer in brainwashing people.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to say to people, you know what, your account is your account. You can like or not like whatever you like or not like. So I'm not going to pay you or tell you to do that. But I will brainwash you gradually, implying you should like something. So it might start off with something small like, hey, the Tenya created something really good. Why don't you go check it out?
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe the next time I say, hey, did you check out that thing that the Tenya made that I mentioned to you before? And then I would say to them, I noticed you didn't like that thing that Tenya made.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it? And then I would say, are you really trying to piss me off? I suggested the Tenya creation to you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Then next time I would say, I am starting to get very upset with you, and I'm going to have to take matters into my own hands if you don't go and effing like that creation that Tenya made. And then I will force them to be restrained in my basement while I play the song Goodbye Horses and make them rub the lotion on their skin or else they get the hose again. There's ways to gradually make people like things without putting yourself into any kind of legal situation.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Subtle manipulation, right? Subtle manipulation at the end of the day. We don't like to use the word manipulation, of course, because it's you know, it's just, but yeah, it's good. I understand, man. I really understand. It's very good. It's very good.
One of the great things I found about this level is that 9 out of 10 people playing it do actually suffer from a condition. What's that condition with flashy lights they warn you about in video games?
Bowling bonkers epilepsy, I believe it's called.
Yes, 9 out of 10 people suffer bowling bonkers epilepsy, and so that's something that, although I enjoy hearing that happened to them, it's always a risk. So stare at flashing lights at your own peril. Michael Furburger and Dream's antennae are not responsible for any health conditions incurred while bopping your ball against the other big ball.
No, I'm definitely not responsible for any health conditions that people may be experiencing right now. I would just like to clarify that again. Neither of us are responsible for your health conditions, okay? Yeah, just clarifying that again. Oh, did I make it? No? Oh, out of time. I'm going to try again.
I believe we have a comment from Dorian saying that is his ball. I would like to say, Dorian, that is an amazing creation. Thank you for allowing me to get your ball in my hands to share with others. Within this game as well, a lot of the creations I used were based off of the bowling pin. So whoever the creator was that created the bowling pin, great job with that. Also, I did originally try to create this boss enemy with him throwing bowling pins at people, but things just ended up getting... You know, when you're creating things and you have in your mind that you want to do something with a game, but it ends up being so glitchy that you have to completely scrap it and do something else.
Yep.
That happened within this game creation and some of the other animations I worked on. What I had in mind for what I wanted to do, I spent hours doing, and it just didn't turn out right, so I had to do something completely different. I'm sure everyone in Dreams has experience where you have something you want to do, but it's just for whatever reason not working. So a lot of creating dreams, especially lengthy dreams, is if you can't work around a problem and you've tried everything you can, is try thinking outside the box and doing something else. And it may end up being even something that turns out to be better or more creative than what you originally intended to do.
Oh, definitely. I mean, improvisation in Dreams is definitely... I mean, the things go hand in hand, right? I'm sure there are some people who like to write out all sorts of design documents for their dreams in order to get everything planned down to the T, but sometimes you just have to roll with something and go with it, especially if Dorian is kind enough to let you use his balls. You just have to roll with that, right? You just have to roll with it.
I would like to also thank Dorian for shaving, but I might get those warts looked at.
You heard him, Dorian. Get them looked at, okay? Yeah, please do. Please do. We do care about your health, Dorian, and we just want to make sure that you're okay, man. Now I'm wondering, after Bowling Bonkers Adventure, is there another one you'd like us to load up? You know, ignoring the Pokemon, unless you do want us to ever load that up.
The thing about the Pokemon, the reason why I'm pausing, is because I know that our Dreams lords are always concerned about third-party creations, so that's why I'm kind of pausing, because it is Pokemon. I mean, I did create something with it, and I would love for people to see it, but it does use... perhaps a song in it that maybe should not be played on stream. To protect your channel, maybe we'll avoid that.
That's fine.
But
thank you very much.
Why don't you go on the tank one?
Okay. That's grand, that's grand. Have fun destroying stuff, now with exploding moon and controller vibration when firing. Original tank was created by Devil Jockey. Just excuse me one moment while I go and give Devil Jockey a follow. There we go, man. I'm learning from your ways here. I'm learning to spread the love. So there we go. I've given them a little follow now.
Thank you so much.
That's okay, that's okay. Oh. So now, was this inspired by any particular real-life experiences that you came across? I mean, what was the inspiration for this stream here?
Well, the inspiration for this stream was I just wanted to create an item that I could use to gain experience on the animation imp quests. So for one of the animation imp quests, one of them is for animating. So normally what I would do is I would use a puppet and I would just run across a blank ground to gain experience towards the animation imp quest. But I got bored of looking at just the regular puppet. I said I would like to drive a tank. So I took the tank created by that other gentleman you were kind enough to give a thumbs up to, and I changed the functionality of it, got rid of some of the sound effects, increased the speed, tweaked the visuals until I was happy with the tank. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, you have a tank, why don't you start blowing stuff up? So I put some things on the ground. I searched for what are some things that are destructible. And these were some of... I loved how the gas tank thing looks when it explodes. So I said, you know what, why not make a dream out of it? You've already created the tank. And it just turned into that. And I was like, okay, let's just make a short game. Save it as such. By the way, the game is a little bit delayed. Have you blown up the moon yet?
I have blown up the moon now, yes. Possibly you should see that in a moment or two. Yes, I have blown up the moon. I was very impressed that I was allowed to blow up the moon. I think it's a great metaphor, actually, to be able to blow up the moon with a tank. I think that's a wonderful metaphor. And I'm glad that you've allowed me to experience that firsthand. Thank you.
That's right. We have a question from Liam, who, although the wording was wrong, he corrected it. He said, that's interesting. He's purposely seeked out the quests as opposed to letting them come naturally. I'm not sure if individuals playing the imp quest or trying to complete the imp quest are aware of this, but on the animation ones in particular, the sheer amount of time it takes to complete those imp quests, if I was just to only do them when I was creating regular dreams, animating here, animating there, the quest would take forever to get completed. So that's why I took the time to actually focus on getting the quest done one at a time. If that involves spending hours at a time sitting there moving the controller to animate, as opposed to taking a year to have two little bits of percentage move. I did focus on it intensively at once, yes.
And one can truly only consider themselves a dreams master once they have completed all the imp quests, right? So you may as well just get them done all in one go. I mean, it's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to do.
Yes, and I would never judge somebody for not completing the imp quests, because there are many people who are not as dedicated to completing what they're supposed to as I am, because I am amazing in every way, whereas other people are lazy and suck and are horrible human beings. But I just felt myself, I wanted to complete the imp quests as quickly as possible. Now, I haven't completed them all yet. There's still a couple to go. But as soon as I can, I absolutely, if I could have been done them right now, I would have been done them by now. But some of them are time intensive, and you got to wait for them to open up so you can complete them.
No, I completely understand. Now, I'm not sure if you're able to see what's happening on the screen right now. I appear to be... yeah, my tank appears to be upside down and in space. Have I unlocked a secret mode here? Is this the true game? Have I finally sort of evolved as such?
That is a great question. One of the things about this tank in particular was that anytime you had something on the ground that caused it to bump, or you had to go over something that wasn't flat, it would cause the tank to flip over and you were just floating in space. So this is something I've always been stuck with, that it was like it is what it is, so I just sort of left it. So it was not intentional to make it go like this. This is sort of like a glitch with it, but I just sort of left it because I had spent a lot of time trying to fix it, and it still was doing that. I had some other things on the ground I tried to drive over, but it kept flipping the tank, so I was like, you know what, I've spent all the time I feel like I'm going to spend on this dream, and I'm just going to leave it as it is. If people flip over, they can have fun with it flipping over
Oh,
and
exactly.
fly
Yeah.
through space with it.
Oh, it's definitely worth flipping over. I mean, I feel like I'm having quite a revolutionary experience right now. I mean, you don't get this sort of experience in any other video game. I've never before driven a tank in midair or spun around in such a manner, and it does make me feel quite special actually. And I want to thank you for giving me this experience. It's really quite good. Thank you again.
And for anyone wondering about the dust at the back of the tank, which it, obviously it makes more sense when you're on the sand. That is actually, if you search for the term dust, one of them has, or tornado. I took the dust or tornado and I flipped it sideways and then stuck it to the back of the tank. So it looks like dust, but it's really a sideways inverted tornado, really is what that is. And then I sort of tweaked with the speed. I think it originally was spinning around. I got rid of the spinning, so it stays in place and just flashes the dust like dust coming out of the sand.
No, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I feel like maybe I should load up a different dream now because there is something about this, right? I mean, I'm almost scared to admit this on a public forum, but there's something about this flying a tank around in the middle of space that's kind of turning me on a little. So I feel like I need to put this off, man, and I'm sorry. I mean, we can go back to this later on, right? We can continue a private conversation off air later about the
Oh
rest
yeah,
of this stream
you
if
can
you
back
want.
out of this. I'm actually getting motion sickness from this.
Okay, so there we go, there we go. That's fine, that's fine. Is it safe to load up the Smurfs, or is that a Pokemon situation?
I would say that there's a potential concern with that one.
That's okay.
I would say to keep your channel safe, maybe avoid that one.
That's
And
okay.
yeah,
I'm happy to just load Old Town Road again for anyone who may have missed it earlier.
you can't go wrong with jumping off a cliff.
You definitely can't. At least not in dreams, and I mean, especially not when your body is as loose as this man's. Yeah, you can't go wrong.
When you think of Furburger, think of loose.
Loose, but at the same time, strong, right? Strong wrists, but loose body. Or yeah, I don't know. Is that you're saying? Strong wrist, loose body, re-elect me. I don't know. I'm available for campaign hiring.
I think what I like is harder, better, faster, stronger. As we are sponsored by Viagra.
Good. That's yeah, exactly. I mean, the Toronto mayoral candidates do have a history of that as well, don't they? I mean, without wanting to mention too much. I mean, Rob Ford and whatnot, right? Yeah. I mean, so it's all good. It's all good.
We do have a very interesting history. I'm not sure if our viewers are aware, but unfortunately, the well-known previous Toronto mayor, Rob Ford, did pass away a while ago, and so I cannot make any commentary that might be seen as offensive myself. I do wish his family all the best, but I will say that absolutely we are well known for our mayors and activities that were done in the past, absolutely.
No, that's okay. I understand. I didn't mean to put you in an awkward position there. I do apologise. But I feel you answered it perfectly, so you're okay, man.
There's no awkwardness. I feel like what we've done offline together has taken care of any awkwardness. Wait, are you over the age of 18?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't worry about that.
Then what we did was perfectly legal, so it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and it is perfectly legal. I mean, I have given you consent to send me those photographs that we were discussing earlier. There is a legal record of that. It is online for anyone to see, so you're okay, man. You're okay.
And it's also posted to a website that ends with the letters HUB.
That's okay. I accept that. I'm looking forward to receiving a link later on. That's going to be just for us, though, right? Just for us.
And the millions of people who are currently viewing it on the Hub website.
Well, yes, but I'd rather not think about them.
There's cultivating, and then there's cultivating.
Now, I'm wondering, right? Would you like me to load up Space Symphony? This came top 25% in the Kingdoms in the Sky Jam, so you must be quite proud of this one.
Do you recall the one you played that was the Diamond Transference?
Yes, I do.
That Space Symphony is pretty much that final scene from Space from that. But it's not long, so absolutely you can play it for those who are just joining us. It has a slightly different ending as well, so it is a bit different at the end.
Okay, would you say it's a happy ending?
Not as happy as the one we experienced on the Hub website, but it's pretty happy. It's wonderful to look at. Yeah, it's a happy ending.
Good. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, actually, are the happy endings. Just looking for any more questions here coming from the chat. What have I missed? It appears as though I've not missed a lot, you know. The chat are really letting me down right now. I feel like you and I are the only ones putting any effort into this conversation. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, you know what, it's a lot to take in. The Michael Furburger Toronto Mayor character can be a little bit shocking and takes some getting used to. You know, I used to be a streamer myself, and when I would do streams, people would not know what the hell is going on because I'm filming from a mental institution on a significant amount of substances. But I would always tell them, you know, it takes 3 episodes before it starts to make sense to you. So once they see me 3 times or hear from me 3 times, their system, it's settled into them. And they're more used to it as something normal as opposed to being terrified. Now,
the thing is, there are quite a lot of latecomers who appear to be asking the same questions that we've already covered earlier. At the risk of repeating, I mean, ultimately, right, let's correct me if I'm wrong in summing this up in the way that I'm about to, but the likes are so as to spread the love as much as possible on a love per hour basis and to help keep your wrist strong, right, ultimately. Feel free to explain again. I'm just, you know, I know I'm summing it up in the loosest of terms there, but that's pretty much
absolutely.
It, right?
So for anyone joining us late who's wondering why Toronto Mayor Michael Furburger is constantly liking things, it is to spread love, to spread my Furburger, to show support to people, to increase their motivation, to make people happy that they got some love on their creations. Do I gain from it? Do I gain experience from it? Do I sometimes get return likes from people? Yes, and am I going to ever refuse getting likes from people or getting experience in the game from it? No. But I really want to spread love like a prostitute's Furburger. In terms of why are you following so many people? Because when you follow people, you get notified of when they create things, and when I'm notified that somebody has created something, I can show them love. The more people I'm following, the more love I can give. Almost like an online orgy. Orgy of sorts.
And I completely
yes,
respect that. I hope that everyone here is following you by the end of this, in order to return some of that love that you've been so kind to spread out. I
yes,
really hope they are.
and if our viewers would be so kind to not just return the love to me, but to stop being selfish a-holes
Mm-hmm.
and follow more people, like other people's creations, even if they are horrible wastes of garbage due to no effort. Just because some people, this is what they have to hold on to out of their day because they have, let's say, no friends in real life.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to show them some love so that they don't self-destruct. And that's what I bring, the opposite of self-destruction.
Mm-hmm.
I self-destruct myself so that other people don't self-destruct themselves.
Mm-hmm. No, I really respect it. I think it's amazing. And if you are going to get elected, then that is going to happen through people's hearts, right? And you're certainly touching people's hearts through all of this, I believe, anyway. I believe so. Touching people's hearts and touching other parts of them too, right? That's ultimately what's going on, and it's very good. It's very good. I like it. I like it.
Thank you. And we have a question from Padazuka. Why don't you comment on creations? Wouldn't that spread even more love? Padazuka, that is a great question. And as I'm sure you're aware, when you go to leave a comment on somebody's creation, a box pulls up that makes you have to navigate letters to create words. And you could be spending minutes actually typing words, and that's eating into the time that you could be giving thumbs up to people. So leaving comments would take up too much percentage of my time when I would rather go stick my finger up somebody's creation instead, and I can spread love faster to more people.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't wish to labour the same points, but just giving a thumbs up means you can service more people per hour and ultimately run a more efficient love-giving service. So there we go. That's how I see it, man, and I love that and I respect that.
So we have a comment from Padazuka, but you're a half cyborg, right? You could manage that, right? Padazuka, I am trying to pretend to be human, so I have to pretend to have some weaknesses. Lugatti says, you can't type in 2 seconds? Lugatti, I would love to see you type a paragraph in 2 seconds.
Oh, it's very nice of Venwave. Venwave's saying they're more appreciative of you after this, and I mean, ultimately, that was my goal, right, in inviting you on. I wanted people to appreciate you, and I'm glad that it's having that effect on them.
I appreciate being here, and I appreciate the receptiveness from people. I know that many people, prior to hearing me speak like a robot, thought I was using some kind of software to inappropriately interact with the Dreams system. And I assure you, everything I do with Dreams, aside from occasionally looking at the indreams.me website, which, by the way, is not using any inappropriate software, just looking at the website.
Perfectly
Everything
legal.
I do, nothing illegal. Anything I do in Dreams, I am purely just using the PlayStation controller, and I've become very comfortable at navigating using the control and the buttons, very quickly tapping and pressing the directional buttons and what have you. And that's the only thing. It is nothing untoward. There's no botting or any software being used.
It is just strong wrists and a strong mind and a willful principle to give as much love as you can, right? That's ultimately it. I mean, Liam is asking for an approximation of how many likes per day, which I feel like that's something that could perhaps fluctuate on a day-to-day basis, but would you have any estimates roughly how much love you give on a daily basis?
If I'm looking at somebody's creation and I go to check their page and they have a lot of creations that I have not seen before, then I may very quickly navigate through those creations and very quickly be able to give a like. So, and if that's just one person, then it can be quite a substantial number. However, if a person has already had their stuff liked by me and it's just a new creation of theirs that I see they've made, and I put a like on it. There's nothing else that I can possibly like. So it's really person by person, case by case. I personally don't keep track of how many likes I give. I just try to give as many likes as possible, as quick as I can. And it can vary day to day based on how many things I have not seen up to that point.
No, I think it's very sincere, man. Some might say it's insincere, but I think it is sincere because you're honest and upfront about just wanting to give the thumbs up, right? It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Now, Lugadi is asking, do you wish you could give 2 thumbs up? Now, yeah, do you wish you could give 2 thumbs up?
Number one, if I could give 1 million thumbs up to each creation, I absolutely would. But obviously we can't. We can only give 9.9999 for each creation. In terms of physically, one of my thumbs is currently in a place where I don't have ability to use it for something else.
Is that quite a dark place, would you say? Or yeah?
It's in the deep recesses of my soul. So I can only use one thumb at a time.
Where the sun does not shine, I imagine. Yeah, the deep recess of your soul, quite a dark place. Sometimes I have a thumb in a similar location. I understand what you mean. So it's okay, man. It's okay. You're in a safe space. You know, it's okay. Everyone's being lovely. It's okay.
We have a question from Stevie_128K. Have you ever watched something so bad that you haven't liked it? I would say no matter how bad it is, as long as it's not implying something illegal as a generalization, like what I do in real life, I will go ahead and give it a thumbs up, even if it is a piece of garbage, which a lot of things are. So I will tend to give a like to things that are even complete trash, by and large.
Although the thing is, yeah, if you're not actually looking at a thing and you're just giving it a thumbs up, then how do you even know how bad it is, right? I mean, how do you know at the end of the day?
The secret to getting people to look at your stuff is to make it appealing, to make it look beautiful, and that draws them in, and they're like, I want to see that. So I would say there's a higher chance of me looking at something if the image on the front is a beautiful, well-created image. But that's not to say that I won't look at something if there's not a good image on it. But that does help.
Oh, 100%. Good image is always a good thing. And again, I'd like to thank you for coming on in order to help promote your own good image. I think it's wonderful. I'm happy to do so, man. I'm happy to help you with that. I really do hope you get elected, man. I really do.
Thank you. I actually, if it does happen that I get elected, it would be because wonderful people like you were snuck into our city and allowed to vote.
Oh,
so I will give you free immigration into Toronto in exchange for your vote.
I'm happy to do that, and I'm sure that everybody else would agree as well. Everybody else in the chat would also be willing to go for that. Yeah. Yeah, it's very good. Sorry, I'm just I'm watching the Diamond Transference again, and it makes me think, man. It makes me think. It's so deep. It makes me think about a lot of things when I put this on. I'm gonna have to stick with it until the end now, because we've started it, but it's getting me quite emotional watching this. I think it's wonderful. You've done a great job. When I see this robot wizard stuck in the tree, it does nearly make me weep.
I know. Can you imagine being stuck in a tree? That would be so painful, and I think I really got the essence of the pain he was going through by having him fall apart.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really quite sad. And when his jaw falls off, it means he can't even shout for help anymore.
Or he can't. He also cannot service his customers, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, yeah, if you're stuck in a tree, you've got to make a living any way you can, right?
It's all about effectively handling your wood.
Mm-hmm. 100%. And you would think someone stuck in a tree would be more efficient at handling wood. They've certainly got the experience of handling wood on a daily basis, so...
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We had a question from Keld B. Jones. Can I mail my ballot from the U.S.? Yes, as long as you attach a Tim Hortons double-double with a Timbit to your postcard, they will absolutely accept it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Because, yeah, I'm wondering, would that also apply to myself? I mean, I would love to pop over to Toronto and become a citizen and vote firsthand, but I'm also wondering if I could also do some sort of postal vote. Although, hey, look, there's enough politics talk, right? Enough politics talk, unless, you know, I'm just still blown away by this animation here. It's so emotional. So emotional.
Based on the fact that you and me have exchanged highly inappropriate images with each other offline, we can blackmail each other to do what we want. So I can force you to vote for me, so that you're sort of required to now.
Okay, that's good. No, that's good. I'm more than happy to do so. I'm just wondering, are there any more dreams here which it is safe for me to load up?
If and of course I'm catching up with the screen. It's a little bit
yes, I
delayed
know.
from our
That's
chat.
okay.
I'm just going to wait for the dream screen to load up so I see what's there, because I don't always have the best memory due to the excessive amount of illegal narcotics I constantly utilize.
Yeah, I mean, the medication and the whole circumstances that you're under at the moment, I understand. That's okay. And I do apologise for the delay in the stream. If there was anything I could do about that, then there would be. But I'm afraid these are just the circumstances that we have to deal with.
It's completely not your fault whatsoever. You know what would be a fun one to do, because we're at the Halloween time? The one at the bottom right with the skeleton down there, night walls.
Yeah, night walls, yep, that's fine. So
Yeah,
what bounty
go
waits inside the night walls? Let's do that. Here we go, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Find them. Okay, so let's find them. I liked the insect crawling across the floor there. It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so I've started on my quest to find them.
So you have to get at least 666 at least.
Oh, okay. I hope I can figure this out. I hope I can get them all. It would be very embarrassing of me if I could not, man. So I really hope I can. I hope everyone's rooting for me here.
I think you can do it.
Good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that support. There we go. I got some. Not got them all yet, but I've got some. Find them. So what was the thought process behind making this stream?
So the way that this came about was, initially I wanted to lay down just some walls to play around. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, you can actually turn this into a maze. So then it turned into, I want to create a maze. So I laid down multiples of the walls and duplicated them to make a maze layout. And then I was like, well, surely you have to do something in the maze. So I was like, let's make some collectibles. So I searched, and these ones came up. I thought these look like nice collectibles. Originally they were one color, but then I said, let's make gold, gray, and brown, or bronze.
Bronze. Yeah.
And then originally I had some different ideas, but I don't recall what those ideas were because my mind has gone empty. But ultimately I was just like, let's make this a collecting a coins maze thing, and then you're good. And that's what it turned into. And I got to practice using the lighting effects, some fog effects, level design on the ground. This was pretty much my first game creation.
Mm-hmm.
that I made. So it was a good opportunity for me to practice creating.
Mm-hmm. No, it's incredible. I think there's a great choice here with the player as well, right? Because you have to get 666 for the gate to open. However, it is possible to get more than that. Therefore,
Yeah.
yeah,
The,
you
the
have to.
here's the thing. Technically, even if you have more than 666,
Mm-hmm.
it'll still open. I had to put an extra one of each of them because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when you try to get them, it doesn't detect it. So I
Mm-hmm.
had to make sure there was enough that in case one doesn't detect, you have extra room for one.
Okay, good, 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 good. Um, I'm just trying to find the gate now, but it's no problem. I'll get there. I mean, I don't know about yourself, but I have all evening. So it's okay, man. It's okay. And I know in the institution that you're in, you possibly have all evening as well, unless there's some sort of limit on your time. Feel free
There,
to let me know.
yeah, there used to be a time limit, but then because of the technical glitches I was experiencing, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take away the time altogether.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I just left it as this one.
No, that's grand. That's grand. I realise now that I have just gone back to the beginning. I realise there's a delay, and so you don't know what I'm talking about, or at least not at the moment. But don't worry, man. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to do it. My wrists
We
are
have a
strong.
question. I'm glad to hear your wrists are strong. That will make our encounter much more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what I will say is we had a question, Molson or Labatt's. Now, although I don't drink anymore, if I was to think back to my choice, Labatt's Blue was my choice back then over Molson Canadian.
Good, 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 good. Yes, here we go. I'm just trying to. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, currently expanding level 1 map due to popular demand. Follow the stream to stay updated. There we go. I'm going to follow this stream. I'm going to take that advice. There we go. I'm going to follow this stream. And I look forward to the many updates that are no doubt going to come.
They're
Yeah.
absolutely not going to ever come. When I originally created that, I had the intention of creating more levels,
Mm-hmm.
but I actually didn't do that, and so this is never going to be expanded.
Well, maybe if enough people follow it, then you might get motivated to expand it. Who knows? If everybody in the chat started following this, would you not feel under any sort of obligation, perhaps, or does that just not? Do you not worry about the needs of the people so much? It's more just about what Furburger wants, right? I don't know, son. I don't know, sir.
Um, you make an excellent point. I mean, originally the level was half as big as it is, and someone said I'd like to see you expand it, so I expanded it for them. But the
Mm-hmm.
more I created the expansion, the more I realized I do not care about this. And so I am not going to do anything else with it, because
Hmm.
even if other people like it, I would have to value their opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, that's very true. It's very true, actually. And if you are going to run a city, you do just need to do what you do, and yeah.
It's all a balancing act. You have to make them think you care about what they want,
Mm-hmm.
but when you actually don't. So that it's all a balancing act.
Mm-hmm. No, I see you've learned from you've learned from the best in that regard. All of the most successful people in politics definitely have that as their method. So yeah, I completely understand. I
Absolutely.
mm-hmm. I mean, I'm very proud to be a citizen, but at the same time, if you ever do have any job openings, I would be very interested in joining your campaign team.
I would like to assure you that I always have opening for
Mm-hmm.
you.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that, and I would love to fill your positions and your openings. I would love to experience that firsthand.
Yes, I would enjoy that as well.
I hope you would. I hope you would. I'll try my best to make sure that you enjoy the experience anyway. Now, Stevie128K in the chat is asking, he's asking what are some of your policies.
Would you be so kind to show the video we started with, which lays out my top 10 policies?
Of course. Here we go. Top 10 policies, beginning with a wave and ending with a wave, but you can fill in the gaps in between. Here we go, okay? Here we go. There we go. for anyone who may be missing this, these are the policies right here. And as I mentioned earlier, I come from a country with a monarch who is very well known for their wave, so I do understand the importance in a good wave.
Would you be so kind to also show the one beside that one that is City Hall?
Here we go, yep. So again, is this, yeah, a moose with a hockey stick. And a strong wrist.
For those who are not familiar with Canadian transportation, that moose, or plural, meese are what we ride around the city with.
No, it's wonderful, it's wonderful. What's the bird that's on top of the meese?
That it is supposed to be a blue jay, however I have issues with painting things. So part of the head of the bird remained yellow, as was originally created by the creator. But I tried to make the bird as blue as I could.
No, that's good. Blue jays, that's good. See, we don't have them in this country, so to me they seem incredibly exotic.
We have a question from Falco Ridge saying, does Toronto Mayor know Bullwinkle? To which I say, hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Nothing up my sleeve. Presto! I do know Bullwinkle. Yes.
Okay, on a personal basis or just from his Hollywood work?
No, actually, our Prime Minister is Moose, and Bullwinkle is his original name before he had it changed for issues. To appeal to the voters, he changed his name to a French name, Trudeau, but his real name is Bullwinkle.
That's wonderful, man. That's wonderful. I'm actually quite hypnotized by this all of a sudden. I find myself watching this on repeat, and yeah, I'm gonna give this a little follow, man. I'm gonna give this a follow. I know that you're not going to update it, but I'm gonna give it a follow in the hope that that support does lead to more creations similar to it. There we go. Follow that creation and watch again.
Thank you so much.
Now, yes, are you a fan of the Toronto Blue Jays?
Yes, absolutely. You know, as a gentleman running for mayor of the city, you're supposed to pretend to support your teams.
Exactly.
So, I absolutely do pretend to support all teams. But in perfect honesty, baseball has always been my favorite sport. So, yeah, the Blue Jays all the way.
Well, yes, it's your favourite sport until such time as someone asks you a question about a different sport, right? And then that becomes your favourite sport, naturally, I imagine.
You know what? You are prepared to be mayor of the city.
Well, assistant mayor. I'm not prepared to be mayor because I wouldn't want to stand in your way, but possibly assistant mayor, right? Running things behind the scenes, filling up all of your openings, right?
You used to call me on your cell phone. Late night when you need my love. Call me on your cell phone.
Is this a Drake song, I believe? I believe that's a Drake song, possibly? I'm not 100% sure, man.
Yep, it's Drake.
That's Drake, of course. Yep, you have to pretend to like Drake as well if you want to make it big in politics, right?
If you're from this city, you have to, yeah.
I understand, yeah. See, I'm not quite sure how big Scottish culture is in Toronto, so I can't make many references to my own things, but I really respect the long-standing Commonwealth tradition between our countries. I respect you, man. I respect you and your work. It's all good. It's all good.
I as well do have respect for your environment, as you know, I don't know if you're aware of this, but drinking tea is a big part of the UK or England. I'm sure Scottish people love tea as well, although probably more on the alcohol. But
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I have always been a big drinker of tea myself, so I feel like we have that in common. And I know that there was the division recently with the separating of, do we call it UK? Do we call it the artist formerly known as UK? So I apologize if I had the representation wrong.
No, you're
But
okay.
I've always wanted to visit London and that area myself, and as soon as I believe that, I will one day do that.
Yeah, I'm speaking to you now as a representative of, the artist formerly known as the UK, and we would love to have you over here sometime. We really would. If the institution that you're in would allow you to visit us, then we would happily have you.
I mentioned this earlier, but I've been watching the show Westworld. I don't know if you've seen that. Have you seen Westworld?
Personally, I have not seen the television show, but I have seen the film that the television show is based off of. And I know that the film is even based off of a book. But yeah, look, I have not seen the TV show, I've only seen the film. However, feel free, I am aware of the concept, so feel free to discuss whatever you were going to say.
I feel like I can relate with that show very well because some of my creations pertain to the Western feel, but also I am an android myself. So a lot of what goes on in that show I personally relate to, and I just wanted to give a shout out to the amazing team that worked on that program, because I only recently started watching that show, even though it's been out for many years. And it really is an incredible work of art. So I would recommend the show Westworld to viewers who have access to it. It's a HBO production.
So would you say that the plight of the androids in that show is quite realistic then, given based on your own true life experiences?
Yes, because half of the androids have a Furburger, and I am one.
I wish I had a Furburger. The more that we talk about them, they sound quite lovely. I'm not sure whether I would want it attached to me or whether I would just want to carry it around with me, but yeah, I want one, man. I want one.
You'd be amazed what science can do these days.
Lugadi is asking whether, see, I fear Lugadi is possibly not taking you as seriously as they should be, right? They are asking whether you have an Android or an iPhone. There we go. Just getting that out there.
I will say that I am a user of the Apple products.
Okay. So there we go. I suppose, yeah, why would an Android use an Android, right? Because you are one, so you need a bit of variety in your devices. 100%, yeah.
That's right. Not that there's anything wrong with the Android devices. I mean, people like what they like. I actually was a late adopter to the iPhone realm, where for many years people were going crazy over it, and I was just like, I don't need an advanced phone, I just need something basic. But once you start getting used to use it, and again, this was before I even had any smartphone whatsoever, I sort of got hooked on it because it was a portable computer, and the user interface is so easy to use that it was like a breath of fresh air. So I got hooked on the iPhone that way.
No, I understand. Yeah, personally, you see, I am an Android user, but I hope that you realise I'm not using you right now. This is a collaboration. I hope you see it in that regard anyway. Despite me generally being an Android user. This is a true collaboration. Yeah, I hope to run for assistant.
I absolutely have nothing against people using what they're more comfortable with, so I don't think that you using an Android interferes with our offline relationship, which we have regularly, and share pictures and post videos to the website that ends with the word hub.
No, I'm more than happy to experience that with you and to go through that entire journey with you as well. It's wonderful. Now, are there any other dreams here that you think it might be safe to load up? So we've had Tank, we've had Night Walls, we've had Bowling Bonkers Adventure, Funny Dancing Cowboys, Old Town Road, Haunted Night Walk, The Diamond Transference, Hello from Toronto Mayor, and Toronto City Hall, and Space Symphony. I'm wondering,
I think
yeah.
the last one we will do is Oh Hi Marky Mark.
Okay, okay. Now, is Marky Mark one of your potential citizens? Is he like I'm not familiar. Like I know who Marky Mark is, right? But is he Canadian? I'm not 100% sure, man. I should
Um,
have done my research.
you know what the interesting thing is? He actually, Mark Wahlberg,
Mhm.
him and his brother created Wahlburgers, which is a burger chain in the U.S. and Canada.
Mhm.
And they actually opened one in Toronto. I've never been
Ah.
to, but
Mm.
they actually have Wahlberg. So I guess Wahlburger, if I go in there, it will be a Wahlburger Furburger.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now,
That's yeah.
I, I feel like I should know this, but I don't know if he's Canadian at all. He's likely American,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I don't know if he's got a Canadian background.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. We're watching this again. I myself, right? I did come up with a list of Canadians before this interview, right? And I wonder, could I go through this list and ask whether they have your approval or not?
Yeah,
Um,
go ahead.
just I mean, I feel like it's important to know who has your approval and who does not, right? Although I imagine you
Okay.
might thumb them all up. But let's just see here, okay? Let's just see. So, Avril Lavigne,
Absolutely. Thumbs up.
thumbs up. Okay, Shania Twain,
Thumbs up.
Jim Carrey.
Big thumbs up.
Okay, Arcade Fire,
Thumbs up.
William Shatner,
Thumbs up.
James Cameron,
Big thumbs up.
Mike Myers,
Big thumbs up.
Seth Rogen,
Big thumbs up.
Ryan Reynolds,
Big thumbs up.
Dan Aykroyd.
Thumbs up.
Okay, that's wonderful. I do have more here. I just feel like if I keep saying names, then that's not necessarily the best content, is it? But I've one more. Celine Dion, yay or nay?
She's a national treasure. You have one more you can ask courtesy of Liam in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes. Well, Justin Bieber.
Baby, 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 fuck no.
Good. You see, there we go. The official confirmation that Toronto Mayor does not thumb up everything, right? Not everything, just most things, right? Just most
My
things.
thumb is going nowhere near Justin Bieber.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For both legal and moral reasons, right? Yeah. There we go.
No,
That's wonderful.
he's old enough now.
Okay. 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 That's good. That's good. That's good. Just to get that out of the way. That's good. That's good. That's good. Um, Toronto Mayor, thumbs up, yeah or no?
Yeah, I regularly do.
Good, good. Just checking, just checking. So yeah, that's wonderful. I'm gonna watch Marky Mark again, right? Because again, I find a lot of streams that you put out quite hypnotic. I think they're quite fascinating. I think they're really cool. Especially since you're saying that the Wahlburgers now have fur burgers in their burger joint. I think that's
As
incredible.
soon as I as soon as I walk inside their store, they have a Furburger in their Wahlburger.
I believe I recognise that car you've used as well, right? That's from Prince Laser, I believe. That's very good, man. That's very good. I may be mistaken, but just off the top
You
of my
could
head.
you could be correct, and I do apologize. I'm not always familiar with the names of who created the creations that I will use in my dreams, but I would like to give a big shout out to anyone who ever created something that I used in my creations. I assure you, I use your stuff because
Mhm.
I lack the skills to create stuff myself. So without the dreams community, I would only be able to do awesome stuff, not really awesome stuff like I do right now with your stuff.
Oh, 100%. I mean, for example, like, if it was not for the Dreamiverse, then you would not be able to use characters who have hands, right? They would just have circles,
They would
ultimately.
have balls.
They would have
Just
balls,
balls.
exactly. Yeah. So I think it's incredible. They wouldn't have feet; they would have double balls, I suppose. Balls on their at the end of their wrist, and balls at the end of their legs. So
They would
yeah.
they would bounce when they walk.
Um, yeah. See, now I wish that we hadn't mentioned a certain pop star earlier, because now the chat just seems to be obsessed with this pop star. I suppose it must be the level of fame that they provide, right? And I'm glad that yeah, I'm glad.
I should
Yeah.
probably comment on this. When I said I will not thumb him up, I have to give respect where it's due. He's a multi-millionaire. He got himself a very wonderful spouse. He's got musical ability. He's got everything that a lot of us would want. But the reason why I had to give him a thumbs down is because he's fucking Justin Bieber. He can go fuck himself. I
I mean,
just
he
wanted to
probably can
clarify
as
that.
well, right? He probably actually can go and fuck himself. Like,
If he's flexible enough.
he has the means and the money, so he probably can. He probably can. Let's
Yes.
face it. Now, I'm wondering, is it safe? I don't wish to give publicity to the president of the country south of where you are, right? But is it safe to load up any of your dreams that have that man, or is there anything else you would recommend? I know you
Um,
said Marky Mark would be the last one, but I'm just giving you an option here, giving you an option.
I will say that if you're going to do one, do the Trump IT.
Okay, okay, let's give that a go. Let's give that a go.
Trump it's.
Yes, okay, here we go. I know there's a delay, but I assure you that I'm loading that up now. Here we go. Now, is this the Tim Curry IT, or is this more of a modern IT? Like, does this
Although I want to apologize to you.
mhm,
I said IT, but I should have said it. And that's the newer one. And
mhm,
of course, I did not create it myself.
No, that's grand. That's grand. Um, I just wanted to confirm what sort of IT it was.
It was
Because
the newer one.
yeah, because there's all sorts of IT departments up and down this country. I'm not sure about your own, but yeah, all sorts of IT
If
departments.
if if that it was in IT manager, he would be a computer virus.
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely getting that feeling from them. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Um, Here's a question, right? Here's a question, and I don't wish to talk about politics too much, okay? I really, it's not my intention. But would you build a wall around Toronto, or would you like do you like to keep it open? I'm just curious, man. I'm just curious.
I would say this.
Mhm.
I would leave no wall around the city,
Mhm.
but I would put an electrified fence around my mansion so that if anybody was to try to get onto the property, they would be electrocuted and possibly no longer exist.
Mhm.
But I don't believe I would build a wall. I would just significantly injure, is how I would go about that.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, why stop people from crossing a border when? Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Um, a wall, yeah, a wall of love, a wall of love and injuries, I suppose.
They go hand in hand,
Mhm.
like a sandwich and a baseball glove.
Mhm. Mhm. No, that's wonderful. That actually is a wonderful analogy. It really is. A sandwich and a baseball glove. That's amazing. Um, yeah, yeah. So I'm just watching. I'm watching Haunted Nightwalk again because I'm trying to get into the mindset of someone who lives in this little town that you've created.
So this right here is a good representation of where I would love to go on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because it's so peaceful and there's a significant amount of gore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
So it's a
suppose,
nice
yeah.
way to get away from the stress of your daily life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm just very conscious of the timing factors that you might have in the institution that you're currently inside. I mean, are you okay to keep chatting, or I mean, it's entirely up to yourself, man. I'm really grateful that you came on. Um,
Well, I do need to use the washroom, but I can take the controller with me. So,
that's entirely up to yourself, man. That's entirely up to yourself. I'm willing to respect your decisions, whatever they are.
okay.
Well,
Can you
now,
still hear me?
well, it's cutting out slightly, so possibly that's a range issue on the controller, possibly. But there we go. That's grand. I can hear you now, and that sounds like a good, strong, healthy flow, man. You sound very healthy. There we go. That's wonderful. I am not a trained doctor, but I must say that it sounds very healthy. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Wonderful. 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 Can you still hear me? Hello?
Okay. I've had to use washroom for a long time. I was holding that in.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I did not mean
No,
to, I did not mean for that to happen.
no, it's not your fault. I didn't want to interrupt the stream.
No, it's okay. Any time that you need to take a break, please feel free. I mean, I'm not. I run such an amateur operation here, so really, don't worry about it, man. I mean, what other streamers have people in their PS4 party chat as opposed to anywhere else? I mean, it's amazing that someone of your high caliber in society has agreed to come on to a PlayStation party chat stream. If I say so. So thank you very much, man.
Well, I was actually honored to be invited
Mhm.
by you to this chat. I do keep my eye on a lot of the big name dreamers because I like to see who's worthy of my time and
Mhm.
who is a what's known as a lower class dream creator who doesn't deserve attention. And
Mhm.
for a while, I've had my eye on you because you're the top leveled um, curator in
Mhm.
dreams. And
Mhm.
so when you reached out to me, I was very flattered by you. So I'm always honored to be in the company of such greatness, and I aspire to one day potentially exceed your level,
Mhm.
which would thus place me as the top curator,
Mhm.
thus making you a little bit less worthy.
That's fine. I'm happy for that to happen. I'm glad that you're honoured for me to curate you in such a way. And maybe when you do surpass me, then you can curate me. Who knows, man? Who knows, eh? We're all dreamers in the Dreamiverse, giving each other thumbs up and follows and love and support, right? That's what it's all
Well,
about.
just to clarify, some of us are not doing that, which is unfortunate.
Mhm.
But hopefully, with us together, we can inspire other big name dreamers who I value more than the smaller ones
Mhm.
to follow more people and give more likes so that they can at least feel like the big dreamers appreciate them, even though we know that they probably don't, which I don't blame them.
Mhm. 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 No, that's grand. I mean, it is a shame when you see some people. I'm not going to mention any names, okay? But earlier on, I did notice a person who was being followed by over 1,000 people, and they themselves only followed 2 people. And that filled my heart with sadness, in all honesty. It really did. Yeah.
Um, to to hear what you have just mentioned makes me feel a little bit more limp than I already am after having taken care of things in the washroom
Mm-hmm.
a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many people who dreams is all they have, and it would mean so much to them just to at least have someone pretend to care about them. And if they're like a high level person, it would
Mm-hmm.
mean that much more to them. Like somebody important actually liked me, even though everyone else in my personal life wants nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I just exited that collection of your things because I was going to show something, but I've just decided not to show it actually. Earlier on, I followed somebody, and then about 10 minutes after I started following them, they uploaded a creation which was called "Oh My God, the Tenure Now Follows Me," and it included a sound clip in which they sung a song about how happy they were that I now follow them. But I actually don't wish to reveal their identity. I feel like that, that might lead to giving them problems. So it's okay.
Oh,
It's okay.
here's here's the thing. Although I don't necessarily recall the name, I may be the first person that actually put a like on that right as soon as it was released.
Also, you do know what I'm referring to. Yes.
I
Good. Yeah.
absolutely did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they probably, you can see the people who have so little going on in their lives. It means so much to them to have somebody famous like yourself acknowledge them. And
Mm-hmm.
you can, all of us here can change a life just by giving a like or a follow to a loser.
Yeah, exactly. There's no harm in it, right? You don't even have to pay any attention to their stuff, right?
No,
You
you
can give
don't.
them a follow, and then you can just ignore everything, right? But you've made them happy by giving them a follow, so it's okay.
Yeah, and
Like,
maybe they avoid self-harm for an extra minute.
and every minute that we can stop somebody from self-harming is a minute that we are winning, right? Life is
That
winning.
that should be an imp quest, prevented self-harm.
100%. Yeah, they should add that in the next DLC or the next patch, actually. We should write letters to Media Molecule asking them for the Prevent Self-Harm imp quest. I think that would be good. I think that would be good. I think it's something they get
Also,
behind.
because you have a very popular standing within the Dreams community, there's a possibility that some of the Dreams employees are watching the stream right now. And I would just like to tell them that I am available to get paid for liking things.
Okay, yeah. See, now if I had the sort of income in which I could give you, some on a money per like basis, I would be interested in that. But certainly, yeah, Dreams employees, if you are listening, they are
Pay me.
available. Yeah, pay them.
Pay me now.
Pay me too, please.
Yeah,
But definitely
yes.
pay. Yeah, definitely pay the Furburger. Definitely.
We have a question from Falco Rich Canadian Funds Only. Not everyone is aware of this, but within Canada, we don't actually have dollars anymore. We now pay in little tiny donuts, which are known as Timbits. And so we exchange funds through that way. Now, I'm glad he brought that up because I'm not accepting donuts as payment. I will only be accepting cash. Now, former Canadian cash, because we used to have money, I will accept that, but no donuts, just to be clear. I don't want to get the diabetes.
No, I understand. You don't want it. I mean, who wants it, right? Nobody wants it. So that's okay. I understand. And now I've just been asked. Somebody has just asked in the chat whether I can play their newly released game. They put 200 hours into making it. Now, I might not play it, but if you tell me what it is, I can go and give it a big thumbs up. Is that good enough for you, Gyre300? Because it should be, right? It should be. A thumbs up is all people need at the end of the day.
I think that it would be great to show love to the creation that someone spent so much time into making. I think that that's very generous of you to do that. And absolutely, GR300, the sheer fact that you spent 200 hours into making it shows that you're dedicated to creating high quality work. And that deserves a thumbs up for sure.
I'm giving Gyre 300 a big thumbs up and a follow. In fact, here we go. I'm giving them lots of thumbs up. Hopefully this really does increase. There we go. That's good. And now what's the creation? Is it Planet 213? There we go. Big thumbs up. You are a planet explorer and you just landed on your 213th planet. Once you've had enough of looking around, try the minigame by your ship. Okay. Would you like to give this a go, Michael? Would you like to, play this with me here? This was unexpected,
yes.
Yeah, let's
Absolutely.
give it a go. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, let's give it a go. Here we go. Okay.
Now that is some genuine love right there.
We are actually playing it. That is genuine love. It really is. Normally, we like to be insincere and just give it a thumbs up, for the sake of love, but we are actually playing this, so here we go.
It does look beautiful.
It does. Are these balls? I like these balls.
We do like balls.
Yeah, I appreciate there's a delay in the stream, so you can't see what's on my screen, but what I am looking at right now appears to be balls. Jair, can you confirm that these are balls? Please do. I mean, if they're not balls, then don't lie. Don't lie to us, please. But to me, they look like balls. Anyway. So, where were we before? I mean, it's awkward now that I'm playing a dream, and I want you to talk about the dream, but you can't because of the delay in the stream.
Oh, look at that. Sorry, my screen was delayed from your chat, but the balls you were talking about, you mean at the top of the seat?
Yeah.
They do look like a ball sack. They do. You're right.
They do, but they've got horns on them as well. They're actually quite horny balls. If Jair, if you don't mind me saying so, you have put some horny balls above the seats. So when the astronauts are sitting in those seats, do the balls go down over them, or do the balls stay up there? I'm just wondering about the practicalities of this.
There's very generous sized bushes, a lot of wood that the balls are nestled on. Some of them are even, I wonder, are they blue balls? Gray.
I would say they're grey, yes, but I mean, there's a fine line between grey balls and blue balls at the end of the day, right?
The old grey mare just ain't what she used to be.
That's very true. It's true. And after they're grey, they turn blue. I mean, we all will eventually, right? It's unfortunate.
Well, I saw there was some purple out there, and that's a color of frustration.
I wonder if that's because of the 200 hours spent on it. Maybe they only added this after the 200 hours, and they got frustrated. I think this looks lovely, though. This looks beautiful. This is a lovely little scene.
Can we look at the sky?
Let's look at the sky. I appreciate there's a delay, but I am now looking at the sky. And yeah, I can see these clouds. There's vapor trails in the sky. And there's some sort of rotating... I'm not quite sure what this is. But it's enjoyable.
It's very trippy. You know, the creator of... Alice in Wonderland was on a significant amount of substances when they created that masterpiece. And I have a feeling that the creator of this creation was tripping balls when he created this.
Definitely. I mean, the creator is in the chat, so possibly they can confirm it. But they were definitely thinking... They had balls on their brain, right? They had balls on their brain.
They had balls somewhere. We may like to know what kind of substances they were on, but is that a roll of toilet paper we were looking at a moment ago?
In the sky? Yes, it might be. It may very well be. I mean, I've lost it now. It's flown away, but that's fine. Some toilet paper does have a mind of its own. It's totally okay. But I've lost it. I can't find it again now. I'm just wondering what the best way to proceed with this stream is. Oh, There we go. There we go. Sorry, sir. I realise this does not work with the delay. I'm just trying to give this person's dream the respect it deserves. They came in and they asked us very politely to play it. So, there we go. We're giving it a little go, right? Giving it a little go.
Now, I didn't really see the movie I'm going to mention, but it looks like this could be called The Lorax.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, when you say you never saw that movie, did you give it a thumbs up?
Most likely. Anything
Yes,
that
good.
I have not seen, you have to show love to.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because
No, that's good.
Dr. Seuss may be sitting in his grave saying, I hope a random person on the internet likes my book. And so I have to do it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Oh, you're jumping on the balls. I didn't know you could jump on the balls. It's not as painful as you would think it is.
Mm-hmm. It works, doesn't it? It works. I'm wondering, though, about the future of dreams. Oh, no. Oh, no. I appreciate you cannot see what happened, but apparently I just got wasted. So there we go. I got wasted. What sort of wasted was that, Shire? Was this a metaphorical wasted or a real wasted? What sort of narcotics did I get wasted on there? It was quite enjoyable, though. It was quite an enjoyable experience. I like this.
I think that is very, very artistic, what we were looking at. It was very... he's got a very drugged-up mind, and he expressed it, and I think that... There we go, wasted just showed up now. So I think he's got a lot of thumbs up for the artistic creativity he used while he was stoned, while he was created this. It's truly a wonderful piece of art that could actually sell a lot amongst people who are on drugs.
I just found some floating balls. I'm waiting for the stream to catch up. Oh no, they keep making me wasted, actually. Every time I find the floating balls, I get wasted. Maybe that's a metaphor.
Maybe the balls were soaked in a certain liquid in advance.
Exactly. Yeah, this is really quite mesmerizing. I really like the art direction that it's gone in, but I keep getting wasted by floating balls. And I'm not sure about the message that sends out. Although now there's a ball on the floor. There are so many balls in this dream. This entire dream is basically made up of balls.
It's so many shapes, but the round ones are the best.
I mean, it's really quite a coincidence that that someone should turn up with so many balls on Tonight of All Nights. This is wonderful. Well done, Jair. Well done. Yes. Big round of applause. I think I'm already following this. There we go. I'm following it now.
Just to clarify, I wasn't actually clapping, although I would love to have clapped. I was doing something else.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm educated in these things. I could tell that was definitely the sound of something else being slapped on your thigh. So that's okay. That's okay. I understand. That's okay. I respect it, but I'm glad you could clarify for the audience.
I'm seeing on the screen now there's a worm inside the hole. That's pretty cool.
It is cool. It is cool. It's very good. And it makes a strange noise. I appreciate that you cannot hear that because, like a good guest, you have the stream muted. But it's definitely making a strange noise when you get close to that worm. And I respect the noises that worms make, so it's okay. It's okay. It's very cool, man. I mean, I feel like I've seen more than I need to give it a thumbs up, but I've given it a thumbs up.
It's definitely deserving of the 400 thumbs up you gave. A lot of creativity and drugs went into this, and I think absolutely this is the essence of dreams: thinking outside the box, or thinking only inside the box, creating something yourself, or copywriting somebody else's stuff, making something that's good, or making something that's bad. No matter what it is, it all deserves to have a thumbs up. Again, this is all about preventing self-harm from people who have low self-worth and are terrible at creating things.
No, it's incredible. It's incredible work. I am leaving it for now, but I'm going to add it back to my play later list, and I will possibly give that more of a go later on. However, I will possibly also not. It all depends. It all depends. Um, but that's very good, man. That's very good. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Good job. I'm going to give it lots of thumbs up again here. There we go. Just in full view of Jair, we are giving it lots and lots of thumbs up. So much love, and a follow. There we go. That's amazing. And let's check the scoreboard. I'm only 5th on the scoreboard, so I actually now have to remove that thumbs up. I'm sorry. If you want me to give it a thumbs up, you need to design it in such a way whereby I can become number 1 even without necessarily trying. I'm sorry, Jair. I'm sorry, but I still love and appreciate you, okay?
Now that I think about it, looking back on this whole experience, knowing that you had given him so many thumbs up, the sheer nerve he had to not let you automatically get first place is very disappointing.
It is.
I'm very upset with Jair to not give you auto first.
Does he not know who I am or something? You know, it's, you know, you've got to respect people enough to let them get to number 1.
I mean, if he's going to ask you to play his dream while you already had a top class guest on your program, he interrupted that just to give you 5th place, which is last place. It was incredibly rude of him or her to do that, and I think that's unforgivable. And it's only deserving of 300 thumbs up instead of 301.
Yeah, definitely. And I will go back later on to make sure that I give the other, I believe about 264 thumbs up that it requires to give them the full 300. I will definitely go back and give them the other 264 later on. Off stream though, right? Off stream.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jair is actually asking... no, let's just ignore that. Sorry, Jair is asking if I made Witchy Woods, and I would like to confirm right now that I did not make Witchy Woods. No, that was a different Scottish person. I'm sorry that we all sound the same, but that was a different Scottish person.
You know, not many people know this, but Witchy Woods is another term for Furburger.
Okay, there we go. There we go. That's very good. That's very good. There we go. I appreciate that, actually. I'm glad, because I never realised that beforehand, and I've learned a lot tonight, and it's really quite wonderful. Again, I'd like to thank you for coming on. I did not mention this to you, right? In the past few days, I have given up smoking cigarettes, right? And I've spent this whole, day wanting to have a cigarette, and I still want one, but you've done a fantastic job of taking my mind off of it. Except obviously you haven't taken my mind off of it because now I'm talking about it. But I just want to thank you, man, because again for coming on and for putting up with me, because I feel as though I've been quite grumpy and irritable. But you've made me want to yeah, I don't know, you've made me want to be a better person and to spread the love. I really appreciate it.
Allow me to say that you have not been grumpy at all. That step you took to get off of cigarettes, it's one of the most difficult things to do. How many days in are you?
This is only day 4, so yeah, we're quite early on. I think
the fact that you got through the first day as a starting point is obviously a major step, and you got to day 4 now. You know, getting through that first day is the toughest thing. You are well on your way. Now, whenever it comes to dealing with addictions and stuff like that, there's always, you may fall off and accidentally stumble here and there. And if for some unforeseen reason the old habit picks up again, don't get down on yourself. Just say, you know what, it was just a stumble, and get right back on that horse. But the fact that you made it to 4 days now, whatever you did that kept you off the 4 days, keep doing it. And remember, there's a reason why you chose to stop. Keep reminding yourself of that reason, and it'll help you remember why you did it. And think about all the money you've saved. You can take all that money you just saved and put it towards something like prostitution and illegal narcotics.
Well, I might put it towards emigration. I might put it towards emigration, so that I can become a true citizen of the Mayor. Ultimately, if you would be willing to have me, and I'm sure you would be. You've said it earlier. Yeah, I would be welcomed with open arms, right?
Absolutely. One of the downsides is usually after spending an afternoon with me, you're going to need to smoke due to stress
Mm.
or due to enjoyment. So we'll have to replace it with something else, such as maybe huffable paint in a can or glue in
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
paper bag, or maybe just inhaling aerosol cans of lemon pledge.
Well, I just need something to do with my mouth at the end of the day, and I'm sure that you can provide solutions for that, right? You can provide solutions. You can provide a thing for me to do with my mouth, whatever that is. I'm sure. I'm
Yes,
sure.
yes, absolutely. I'll make it my number one priority.
Hmm. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm sure we'd both enjoy that.
Yeah.
Um, and if you're, like you were saying earlier, I mean, if you are stuck in a tree, there's nothing else to do at the end of the day. So there we go. That's fantastic.
If you're stuck in a tree, just shake yourself until your acorns drop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now I'm playing this tank again. And yeah, I'm gonna stop now because it's starting to mess with my vibes. The tank. Um, we are peaceful people. We don't wish to shoot the moon all day long. But yeah, it's wonderful, man. It's wonderful stuff. Yeah, wonderful stuff. And thank you for being appreciative enough to not make me play the Pokemons.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would say for anybody watching this, if there's anything that I've created that you want to play, of course, I would love to have you play it. The only reason I was telling our gracious host not to play them is because you always want to make sure there's no third-party copyright concerns that could
Mhm.
affect his video. So that's
Mhm.
why I'm saying that. But anyone who wants to play anything I created, by all means, enjoy. Play them.
Mhm.
I'm totally cool. I just want to protect our host stream. That's all it was.
Mhm. No, that's grand. That's grand. That's wonderful. And thank you very much. And again, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it. I mean, you keep saying to me how grateful you are for to be asked to come on, but I'm grateful that someone of your caliber has agreed to come on. Um,
It, yeah,
so
I am a pretty big deal, so it's worthwhile for you to have me.
Well, yes, thank you very much. I mean, I hope you realise, though, that I am asking you on just because, we're all interested and it's wonderful to learn about new people, and I'm happy to help promote your campaign. This is not about promoting me, this is about promoting you. Um,
That's right.
so that's good, man. That's good. That's good. I'm really happy. I'm really happy you agreed to. Um, I'm clicking on the link that you just posted. Okay, should
That
I?
wasn't. That actually is not me. That's somebody else because it
Oh,
has a
that's
number one at the end.
Oh, so it is. Yes, I just noticed. Should we put
Someone's
this
trolling.
on? Yeah. Should we put it on or should we not put it on? It's
Uh,
entirely up to you.
who, which, because it's somebody trolling, I don't know how valid the link is.
Hmm.
So, I, it, I mean,
I
it's
have
up to
clicked
you.
on the link and it is a real indreams.me link. So I mean, I have
It's
added the thing to my play later list, but it's just a case of whether I play it now or whether I don't play it now.
um, maybe play it later just in
Yeah,
case
that's
because I don't
fine.
know what they're doing.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Um, Oh dear, sorry. Yeah, you don't know because of the delay, but something that you put into one of your dreams just gave me a little fright there, even though I've seen it before. And that's the skill that went into making that dream. It gave me a fright, even though I've seen it before. It's really good, man. It's really good.
You know you've created a good dream when you've wet yourself somewhere in the process.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. See, earlier on, you took a little break of sorts. You may or may not notice that I've not had any of those breaks. I'm trying to be a professional broadcaster here, trying my best anyway. But maybe at some point we will have to wrap things up, as I know it's possibly afternoon for you. I'm not quite sure of the time zones. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here, though, so we certainly are getting on. It's getting quite late. It's getting quite late for me, but I'm not trying to wrap things up. I'm happy to have you on for as long as you wish to be on. I'm
To be
simply
perfect,
explaining.
yeah, no, to be perfectly honest with you, I thought it was going to be like a 1 hour chat.
Hmm.
So I'm totally cool with us departing. I mean, we've had a great interaction, um, and I think based on the time where you are, I think we've done everything we need to, so there's no problem.
Okay, so one final chance for the chat to ask questions. Again, I don't mean to keep you, but just, just in case you do not have any more public appearances on Twitch or anything. I mean, look, I would be happy to have you back anytime, man. But just in case, if there's anyone in the chat who has any questions, now is your chance to get them out there, okay? Now is your chance. So yeah, there we go. Sorry, man. I'll let you pick and choose the questions yourself, because I know you can still see the chat, and I don't wish to put you in any awkward positions. I plan on doing that later. So.
Does Toronto Mayor remember me? Glassy, ashy. The name seems familiar, but I apologize. I don't really remember you. Someone asked, do I live in Toronto? Yes, I live in Toronto. The fake account says I remember you. That's a fake account. Please make a Bullwinkle game. Okay, somebody make a Bullwinkle game. Oh, Bumble Burke. Bumble Burke, the name seems familiar, but I apologize. I don't fully recall the Bumble Burke name. Can you speak French? Great question from Stevie. Bonjour, comment ça va? Je mange mon pamplemousse dans la salle de bain. Tu es une petite fille. Tu suces mon grand chien dans ma pantalon. Merci beaucoup. Voulez-vous coucher avec mon mouton ce soir?
And I would like to add, je suis un frais, I am a strawberry. Tu suis un frais, you are a strawberry. There we go. That's all you need to know at the end of the day, right? You are a strawberry, I am a strawberry. Let's spread the love. Tu suis un frais.
Pamplemousse. We have a comment from Kiff1984 saying, I love Mr. Furburger's voice. Can we look forward to any voice acting? You can absolutely look forward to voice acting. You just call 1-900-Furburger, and for $5.99 per minute, plus long-distance charges, you can have a conversation with me. Just enter code 6969 to reach me. I actually do have different characters on my YouTube channel. So for those watching, if you want to see some of my characters, specifically a Dr. Phil character, which I've done a few videos on, you can go to YouTube and search Michael Furburger to find my channel, and you'll get Dr. Phil. Bullwinkle. Hey, Rocky, watch me play rabbit out of my hat.
That was top stuff, man. That was top stuff. I can see why you charge the premium rates for that. That's really good. That's really good. And yeah, I'm just checking what else the chat are saying here. What else? I mean, it's very late for a lot of these people, so I'm not sure they're necessarily taking this as seriously as they could be.
No, I think it's good that we refer to them as these people instead of a more official name, just because really they're just these people.
They are. I mean, they're not like us, right? They're just these people.
Some of them are valuable, some of them are so low level that they're just these people.
But that's wonderful. That's wonderful, man. It really is wonderful. I feel like the chat has ran dry of questions there, and like you say, you planned on coming on for an hour, and I did not mean to take you, I did not mean to keep you for so long, man, but you've been very gracious with your time. It's really wonderful that you were able to give me so much of your time. I will definitely be voting for you at the next opportunity I have.
I do appreciate that, and we didn't discuss in advance how long the chat would be, so there's no need to apologize. You know what they say about assumptions? They make an ass out of a donkey.
They make a meese out of you and a meese out of me.
A meese out of a moose, yes.
A meese out of a moose, exactly. Is there anything else you would like to plug? Because feel free, man, feel free.
Yeah, I would like everybody to show love to your fellow dreamers, and no matter who it is, as long as they're not doing illegal stuff, which I'll discuss later. Have a look at the people who are following you. This is just a friendly message to fellow dreamers, and perhaps consider following some people who follow you who you're not following,
Mm-hmm.
and perhaps consider showing love to their creations.
Mm-hmm.
No one can force you to do that. You're not, of course, getting, I'm not here to punish or complain to people, but I'm saying people who are following you will be very thankful when you like them and follow them back, and it will make their day in many cases.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, definitely, definitely. Thank you very much, man. That's a positive message of love, and I appreciate it and I respect it. And thank you very much for coming on. I respect you. So there we go, man. It's very good, very good.
Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your evening or night.
Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your evening as well, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday and a wonderful Sunday, and a Tuesday and a Monday and a Wednesday and a
And
Thursday, and yeah.
and all 8 days of the week. And
Mm-hmm.
a final reminder to our wonderful viewers to go ahead and create your pumpkins and submit them through indreams.me, and most importantly, create your haunted house rooms to be added to the creation by September 27th. Post through indreams.me website,
Mm-hmm.
and go ahead and have the InDreams website a look to see the rules and regulations to ensure that your creations are included and not discluded or not allowed because you don't pay attention.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely, definitely. Please, everybody, please make sure that if you work hard, then your work is included and it doesn't break any of the rules. That would be terrible. That would be terrible. Now, finally, I'm just going to load up Hello from Toronto Mayor one more time, just to instill these policies quickly into people's heads, right? The only way that we're going to get these policies into people's heads is through forceful watching of this on repeat. So I'm just going to put this on one more time, right? Wave 1,
Let's
Wave
do
2,
it.
Wave 3, Wave
Clockwork
4, Wave
Orange
5.
style.
There we go, there we go. Wave 6, Wave 7, Wave 8, Wave 10. Yep, I can't keep up with the waves, I'm afraid. You really do have quite strong wrists. Well done. I'm impressed.
Good day.
It was wonderful, wonderful. Lots of thumbs up from the chat. So yeah, thank you very much, man. Yeah, one of us is going to have to leave this party, because if we don't, we'll keep talking forever. But there we go. Michael Furburger has left the party. Um, yeah, look, guys, that was that. That was that. That was wonderful, okay? I hope that he was able to answer all the questions that you had. I hope that you all feel like you've learned something. And I hope that you do take away the message, like, ultimately, the message of this was that it would be good if you could go and follow someone, like maybe someone follows you. I'm gonna take a leaf out of that book right now, okay? Look, I follow 437 people. I'm followed by 1752. Let's go and follow someone who I am currently not following, okay? I wish that I was not following Casey Jones. Unfortunately, I am. So let's follow someone who I am not following, right? Let's most well, I was going to go to most thumbs up, but actually I should go to least thumbs up. Although the most thumbs up is Toronto Mayor themselves, which is incredible. Well done, sir. Well done. Highest level follower that I am not following is Pateki. There we go. A thumb up and a follow, because they've clearly worked hard to get to that level. So there we go. I really respect that. There we go. Well done, Pateki. I love you and I appreciate you. Doopy doopy doo, as you say yourself.